Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'll surrender it. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. What if I go stronger? What if I get higher? What if I start doing things I know I will regret? I will make my own way, I will not surrender. I will do my best until I get put under. What if I go stronger? 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 What if I go stronger?
All right. Hello and welcome to the Proxy Tempest Open number 36. My name is just Jordan. I'm going to be joined by the G, not sure should I. Let me get that name changed real quick. Good to go. How you doing, G?
No, I'm pretty good. How you doing, Jordan?
I'm excited to be here. Hopefully
me too.
Hopefully my potato PC doesn't let me down. We can get through the stream in one piece. I know that the audio is kind of skipping a little bit, but we should be able to power through it. I have complete and total faith. We are currently competing with IM qualifiers, though, so it's going to be a bit tough making sure that the players are ready to go. So, I do know that we at least have one player. Cham did mention that he's trying to compete in both, and a couple of the other ones were competing in both, but got knocked out. I don't actually have that bracket in front of me. Guys in chat, if you could link me the IM qualifier bracket for me to look over in my spare time between matches, I would appreciate it. All right, 21 of 29 participants checked in, so we are gonna roll with it. Looks good to me, main. Yeah.
So, am I correct seeing this is the same Winter that's the streamer?
No. This is not that Winter. This is 1F Pro Winter. At least I think he's with 1F Pro.
Okay.
He's currently over in the other side of the world. He's like in Japan or something. Last I heard. But he's
I always get his I get the updates to his stream, so I always like wake up in the morning and it's like Winter is live, but he's already gone live like hours before, like 4 a.m.
Yeah, he's a very solid Zerg streamer.
So is that his?
Oh no! This Winter doesn't stream.
I had the volume to the stream all the way up.
Oh, did you? Yikes.
It was like, it just like kicked in all of a sudden. I was like, well, I can't hear.
Yeah, I don't get it. I am seeing that I'm dropping a couple frames here and there, but it's not dropping the frames. It's just dipping my frames per second down to about 25 from 30. So that's not a huge deal, so we're going to roll with it. So far, so good. We do have another person or two on standby to host the stream for us, just in case. So if the stream does go down, we will let you know in advance when that is about to happen, and also we will make sure to get the stream right back up so you guys don't miss a single game in this tournament. At least one. Did Mattis forget to check in? Let's see. Can't really add him. Yeah, Mattis missed out, dude. Mattis feels bad, man. The backwards cap. Yeah, sorry, I didn't have time to put anything in my poll.
So many new people for me to learn. I don't know Mattis. Here is the SC2 chat.
All right, all right, all right, all right. It does look like we are about to roll dough. Yep, I'm looking at frames per second. We're rolling with it. Everything's looking good.
Cool. Do we have our first match picked out? We still finalizing bracket.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to okay. I did hit a moment of silence there. I do apologize. We didn't have an admin to start it off, and I was trying to roll with it and do all of the things at once, and it is a bit tough, but Daedalus has stepped in.
Well, that's very helpful. I know doing both can be a bear. I was telling you about Stick Empires and how Team Zenith originated as a Stick Empires clan, web browser based game. But man, they were serious, and they would host tournaments and whatnot and cast them. So I got to watch and gradually participate. Then I hosted my own and streamed my own once, and I was like, oh my gosh, this was a nightmare. It was terrible. People didn't want to come back.
I know exactly what game we're going to cast. We're going to cast Future versus BLord. That's a ZVT. There's a lot of really good, unless they started. Sorry, I'm trying to message. Okay, yeah, we got Future versus BLord coming up. A ZVT to start us off. There are a couple good matches here, like ready to come up. I just grabbed the first one, but a lot of the good ones that I see, like players that I recognize. Tally and PandaBearMe, both fine players, but both Zerg. What do we have? PiLiPiLi versus Demi. Both players really good, but both Zerg. PiLiPiLi has a walkover. Volts, JimRising, Cham also have walkovers. Game Time versus Sigifried. That is going to be a Zerg versus Protoss. That would have been like a close second. And then we have a couple back in the first round of the tournament. Before the round of 16 that still need to be decided. Players that I'm not familiar with, but we'll see if they can make a good run. They have a... Whew, this bracket is pretty stacked. Considering that we're competing with the IM qualifiers, my goodness. PiLiPiLi, PandaBearMe, Root Gaming's, DemiLove, Volts, JimRising, Cham, Game Time, Sigifried, Winter, and like I was saying, not that Winter. BLord, Future, my goodness. Psystorm's Zerg Wave. I don't... he's on Psystorm, so he's got to be good. And then, of course, Psystorm's Tally. Root Gaming's PandaBearMe, my goodness. The list just goes on. There's so many stacked players playing tonight.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we don't do parties. And, just so you know.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, a couple players are participating in IM as well as this one, and the policy here, I know a lot of people. Alright, sorry, I keep like drawing a blank, my goodness. Okay, we're getting into Paladino Terminal for the first game of the first series. My goodness, so much stuff going on right now. Yeah, a couple players saying they want to get a couple games in because they have a bye in the first round. That's fine as long as they don't delay the tournament. And then a couple people, like I said, also participating in the IAM Katowice qualifiers, which is perfectly fine. As long as we can keep the bracket moving and nobody's delaying the game. I do know that a lot of these pro players fighting to get as much money as they can, as many tournaments as they can, and I don't want to deny them that. This is their livelihood. This is their well-being. And yeah, let me get you in here. Okay. So yeah. All right, cool.
E-Sloth versus BLord. BLord had a good showing last week.
Yep. I still think the IM should have been region locked, says BLord. I can understand that. Yeah, because there's a 3 Europeans, 3 Americans, and 6 Koreans made it. Now 1 EU and 10 Koreans. That's funny. That's crazy. Craziness. Hey, if they can stand the lag, then yeah. Paladino Eternal. Yep. Ready, go. This is on the new ladder maps. This is going to be one of the first tournaments on the new ladder maps, except for the qualifiers, of course, that are switching to the new ones. I know that GSL, I don't know if you caught it, but they're still playing on the last map pool, and they probably will for the entirety of the tournament. So
That makes sense. So I did open up the stream this morning when I woke up. I didn't really listen much. So I was getting ready for work, but I think I heard it was Alive and somebody were on 1-to-1. Did you watch anything?
Alive and Scarlet. I watched that whole series, yeah. Feels bad,
No,
man.
At the time when he was playing Myungshik at the time.
Oh, okay, yeah. Myungsik actually is an Overwatch player now. He quit SC2. He just came back because he qualified for GSL. No one expected him to go far. No one expected him to go far, and he didn't. He's out now.
Gotcha.
Alive and Classic got out of that group, and then Myungsik and Scarlet didn't make it.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, yep. I root for Scarlet. How can you not?
Well, I mean, she's the only person outside of Korea that was in the tournament, and you know,
right.
Our neighbor's right up there in Canada, so. And then and Scarlet is a player that I've admired her playstyle for some time. Like,
for how long have you known of her? I just found out about her. Gosh,
oh, she's been around since Wing Celebrity.
Okay, yeah,
sure.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's been around for some time. Hyper441 in chat says, "Yeah, it's Jordan, everyone's favorite caster and streamer." Man, if only that were true. My PC would be a lot better quality. I have the donations and subs necessary to upgrade this POS into a fully stream capable machine. Unfortunately, that's not a option that I currently have. Speaking of options that I currently have, let me adjust this lighting situation for just a moment. Bam! Much better. Yeah. Ooh. See, now we look nice and clear. No awkward shadows or forehead aglow. And the best part, we're getting into game number 1.
Yeah.
Well, player showing up as master. I don't think that GM has started for the season yet. I know that GM is locked for the first couple days, week, maybe a week of every season once it restarts. So a lot of these players definitely going to be GM level skill, but they are going to be showing us that Masters 1 border. If you guys do see it, it generally doesn't show on stream, but there is that slight chance that it will be seen. Don't be like, oh my god, this player has fell off. They're no good. What is going on? It's literally a matter of it hasn't opened just yet. But be patient. Oh man, the StarCraft tunes are coming on. You know what time? You know what that means. What time it is. Okay, I think I got everything set, good to go, ready to observe. Frame rate is looking good. Everything is looking good. Let's get right to it. Let me get the mic a little bit closer. Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm so excited. I haven't been able to stream or cast in a while because I've been afraid of my computer.
Potato.
It's a potato. A non-functioning potato. Spawning in the top left. The blue Zerg. It is BLord. BLord no longer representing Thunder Awaken as his North American clan tag. I'm not sure what's up with that.
And in the bottom right, we've got our red Terran player, E-Sloth's Future.
Yeah, I just noticed last time I casted Future that he did get signed to E-Sloth. I'm not sure what happened there. I know that they Future was with some like it was like the Dat Boy Pepe clan or something silly like that. So maybe he joined up with Team E-Sloth. I'm not really sure. Not a player I've been able to keep up with. There's just so many good players. It's hard. But we have something crazy going on in this game. We do have a Proxy 3 racks. Reaper's already coming out, so that is going to be the build of choice here on Paladino. And I do know that this is the map that everybody has been complaining about on the StarCraft Reddit as far as being the best 3 racks Reaper map ever made in the history of StarCraft. There's just so much area of ramps that Reapers can get up and down right here. There's literally nowhere you can build stationary defenses to keep them on the low ground and take advantage of the high ground. It just does not exist. Here comes Roaches, though. It is a fast 3 Roach opener. This is pretty much the hard counter to the 3 racks Reaper, as long as the Reapers do not get to a high enough number. It doesn't look like BLord has seen what's going on yet, but he does have the Reapers going. I mean, the Roaches went out. They see this cheeky SCV, and I think after seeing the 2 Reapers, he knows exactly what's coming. Pulls the SCVs. 2 have already gone down, though, and there's only 1 Roach here to defend. 3 workers have gone down. 4. Oh my goodness. Not looking so good, especially considering BLord is on such a low worker count.
Yeah.
Gee, what race do you mean? I think you told me.
I'm a Protoss.
Oh no, so you're gonna be out of your element here in a ZVT, I imagine.
Yeah, a little bit. I played. I played in Brood War, and I was Zerg only, way back in the day. But when I started back up playing, I became Toss because that's what I wanted to get good at.
Oh man, using the Reaper grenades to kill the Ravager. That's common tactic when using Roaches to defend a 3x Reaper is morph the weakened Roaches into Ravagers. The Cocoons have high armor, but not high enough to completely resist the damage from the grenades. But BLord here, only on 100 gas left, trying to get another Ravager. Ravager's, of course, fast enough to deal with the Reapers, but I believe they're going to go ahead and... oh my gosh.
Back in the Terran main, though. Look at this damage being done.
I'm not sure it's going to be enough. This looks like it's pretty much handled. A very low eco game. We are on 8 drones to 6 SCVs, so... yeah, and there's no... what is that thing called? Orbital. But the army value here, 9 to 5, so yeah, this is pretty much done for BLord, unfortunately. Really scrappy game to open us up here tonight. 1 base for each player. The Terran not even getting... not even getting a... what is that thing called? You know what I'm talking about. Not even getting an orbital command. So we just see here that...
gotcha.
Yeah. This game is going in the Terran way. There's literally nothing that he can do about this this base right here. He can literally... I don't know why he floated it. He could have just picked... or moved it. I don't know why he moved it. He could just bring the Reapers back home. Yeah, well played, well played. That game went on a little bit longer than it needed to.
Yeah.
But Future does take the victory here. Game number 1.
Just too many Reapers.
Yep. As Protoss, you don't have to deal with a 3x Reaper as a build, do you?
You know, sometimes at my level, sometimes at Plat, people try it. You know, they see something the pros do and they just want to try it. And they don't know that it doesn't work as well. And then they come running into 2 gates and stalkers.
Yep. Alright, cool. So we're working on it. Oh yeah, they were trying to get my stream link. Yep, it's the Proxy Tempest stream every time. Okay, so yeah, we're waiting on an invite to game number 2. Let's get some wubs playing again. Cool. So how do you feel about the everybody saying that Terran is super powerful versus Protoss? Are you feeling that on ladder at all? I like to ask Protoss players. They have mixed reviews.
Well, it just feels a lot different to be a Protoss player now. Like, it feels like the units have been... it feels like Protoss just in general has been nerfed compared to before. And so I feel like even with the changes they made, they wanted to make Protoss players do more things like harass, hence the DT blink ability. But yeah, like, I mean, stalkers they're good for, you know, deterring, for blinking and defending drops, but you can't really be aggressive with them anymore because tanks just wreck them so fast.
Man, tanks wreck everything so fast.
They did. I do love the zealot change, giving them speed. They're actually useful. And then you kind of, I feel like you have to have them against a Terran player now. Like, if they're going with siege tanks, I feel like you have to have them.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, as Zerg facing Bio or Biomine or Biotank, I'm pretty confident, but it's just that Hellbat Cyclone push that they do versus Zerg. My goodness, Cyclones with the updated DPS, insane.
Yep.
Absolutely insane. And I know the Protoss players are feeling it because the Cyclones do double damage versus armored units, and then of course,
right.
I believe Adepts are armored. Yeah, Adepts and Stalkers are both armored.
Adepts are light. They're
Yes.
not armored.
They're not armored at all?
No,
I thought they were light and armored.
they're not given the armored tag.
What? Didn't know that.
Well, you do now. You know, Immortals still hold their own. I mean, they still deal with Cyclones. So, I mean, the Cyclones don't have enough HP, I don't think.
Yeah.
They can deal with them, deter them.
All right. Well, let's get into game number 2. It's going to be, on this time, Belshir Vestige. Running in the top left. The Blue Zerg. It is BLord.
And in the bottom right, once again, we've got Sloth's Future.
Whoa, dude, you need to give me some time. I do this little camera swirl. I announce the players, and then I like zoom in on their main base. And it eats up, it eats up some more time while I'm waiting on the players to do whatever build it is that they're going to do. Speaking of whatever build they're going to do, we have another Proxy Barracks. And this time it's pull first into Macro Hatch. So let's see which is better here, BLord Speedling and Queen control or Future's Reaper control. I mean, I assume it's going to be Reapers. We don't have the second gas yet, and he's stopped on 8 SCVs? Is this how this build works? It just seems super all in right now. I guess he's going to restart. Yeah, he's building a third gas now. I guess he's going to restart workers. Maybe not. Nope. Huh. 7 workers on minerals and 6 on gas. That's how you 3x Reaper. Got it. See? Things that I didn't know, but I needed to know. So here comes the SCV coming in. It does scout the natural. It's going to come up here. Sees that there's already Lings if he was paying attention. Tells him everything he needs to know. Here come the Lings. And it runs head first into these Zerglings, but that's going to be enough to pick them both off. Not before BLord scouts the proxy, though. So he knows what he's up against. Oh, man, the cheeky bunker on the high ground. That's going to be a huge pain, but here comes the Queen. The bunker's not done. My goodness. G, are you still with me?
I'm still with you. This is kind of ridiculous.
Are you not
He's
feeling
got
the
the spine.
intensity?
He's got the spine down. I just don't think there's going to be anything he can do to stop
He
this
needs
now.
to put the SCV in the thing. No, the SCV died, which means that this bunker's only going to be able to hold for a limited amount of time. Yeah, that spine finishing is going to be
huge.
Yeah, it's going to be a really big deal for the defense. And the spine moves right next to the bunker, ready to defend, but 2 workers have gone down. Not the worst, but he's managed to save all of the Reapers. Still doesn't even lose a single Reaper. Still trying to use the bunker. Doesn't get the salvage off on it, which is pretty huge considering how low on workers both players are. They're going to need every bit of those minerals, but the spine is even moving down. 3 queens here to bat these Reapers away, and the time limit on this build is soon to expire. Ling speed just over halfway finished, and once it finishes, this 3x Reaper build is all but held, especially considering this is not a macro-oriented 3x Reaper at all. No more worker production, another supply depot going down, and that is at only 5 workers on minerals for the Terran player here. Oh my goodness. Those grenades getting so much damage done. Only 1 Reaper has fallen so far.
There is just massive amounts more income for the Zerg player, though.
Yeah, if he can hold here, he'll be in a good position. Oh, but he got the rest of the Lings.
Gosh.
My goodness, the Reaper control. And then all the queens are dead. Oh, there's actually 2 queens in the main that he could have been fighting with this entire time. But because he's scattered them out, I believe those are going to fall too. 12 Zerglings about to pop all at the same time. Could this be enough? I don't think so. 2 of them are going to go down immediately. Here they go. Is it going to be enough? I think the Reaper count just got too high. My goodness. Not like this. Not like this. 5 Reapers have gone down, so apparently he has been dwindling the numbers down ever so
that's-
slightly. I just feel like he needs
He
to
is
move
focus firing.
he needs to move that spine closer to where it can hit that ramp in between the natural and the main. That's the area that he's really abusing the most.
That would be some really nice support.
I gotta hand it to BLord though. He is the type of player we've seen every open. He holds on until the last possible second. 8 Reapers now have fallen. Zerg is ahead by 3 workers. As you know, I've already said, as long as he can hold here. But I mean, I believe this is the end of the hold. Some more Zerglings coming out, but the Reaper DPS with all of these grenades is just going to be too much. A lot more grenades coming in. My goodness. Reapers. Wow, down to 5 workers now for the Zerg. So yeah, I believe that this is just going to be Feature's game.
Yeah.
The Reapers. There's no answer for the Reapers now. He tried to hold with Bling, Queen, and Spines, but my goodness. There's so much carnage, so much Reaper carnage, and he's ready to start throwing grenades at the Spine. You know, if you have Reapers engaging a Spine Crawler, that stuff has gone wrong. Something has gone very wrong with this game. BLord staying in it though. This is, let me say, they haven't fixed that yet. Well played. No, they have not. Reapers are still extremely powerful. Future taking the first series in a quick 2-0. My goodness, Reapers are powerful. That's all I got to say about that. Little
Thank you, Forrest.
Forrest Gump for you there. Thank you for getting my reference. Man, when I cast with Should I swear sometimes he just does not get the references. It's such a pain. It's such a pain. As far as I'm seeing on the bracket, I swear I just refreshed the page. It doesn't. It looks like we're the first one to have a series finish, which is really
I
strange.
mean, that makes sense. I mean, that was a pretty quick series.
Yeah.
2 matches of 3x Reapers.
Yep. So Future is going to be the first quarterfinalist. He actually started in the round of 16. A couple people started back in the round of 32.
So in the first matchup, like the 3x Reapers come in, and he was doing what I thought was, and you did say it was the hard counter to a 3x Reapers. He went Roach first. So did he just go wrong there with sending his Roaches out on the map?
No, it's an early pressure build. That build is... Do
you use the Roaches to defend, or do you have to find the racks and attack them with the Roaches?
Well, he didn't know that the barracks was out. Is going to be the issue. The build that BLord was doing in game number 1 is just an early pressure build. The point of it isn't to kill the Terran. It's not supposed to be an all-in. It's just you opt for the Roach tech a little bit earlier. You pump out a few Roaches, and until a Terran player gets his factory set and good to go, he's not able to mine off of that second base. So what it does is it denies mining on the natural for quite some time, while the Zerg player is able to get to the natural, or get its own natural, start droning it, and even take a third base. All the while, the Terran is forced to have its natural CC lifted off, while the factory units come out, whether it be a siege tank or a cyclone, to be able to do enough damage. Because at that point in the game, you're only going to have 1 or 2 Marines, and in those numbers, the Roaches are just going to trade better. There's not very many situations where Roaches will trade well with... Roaches will trade well with Marines, but at the very early game, they're dang near unstoppable with just Marines. You have to get quite a few. You have to outnumber the Roaches by quite a bit. So I'm looking at the Proxy Tempest, or Proxy Tempest chat in game, and I'm trying to see who is not currently in a game. All right. Okay, still trying to figure out a game that we can go cast. EDM. Zergwave versus Winter, that's another ZVZ. There's going to be quite a few Zerg versus Zerg tonight. For sure, for sure. For Rhea and Samuel.
There's just Zerg everywhere. Like almost every matchup I get on ladder is against a Zerg. Is that the same? I mean, do you get a lot of ZVZs? I hardly ever get a PvP.
You know, surprisingly enough, everybody says on ladder that Protoss are like an endangered species. I get more Terran than anything, and I'm getting more Protoss than Zerg lately.
Interesting. interesting. I guess it just must be the pool of potential competitors. I don't think there's anything, special they do. Well, hey, let's make mirror matchups less often, because I don't know about you, but I like fighting the other two races more than a mirror matchup.
Yeah. I was trying to get us the next game with PiLiPiLi. Unfortunately, looks like you're going to be casting in ZVZ. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to get JimRising versus PandaBearMe. They were former teammates. I know JimRising, I believe, recently left Root Gaming. If I'm not mistaken, he might still be on there. Let's see here. Yes, it looks like JimRising is no longer in Root. Yeah, I did hear about that. So former teammates, PandaBearMe still repping the Root Gaming tag. Do you follow any of the pro StarCraft 2 teams, and if so, do you have a favorite?
I don't. I mean, I clearly don't follow it as much or as closely as you do. I do watch all like the major tournaments. I watch the GSL. I watch Star League, but I'm not up to speed. I normally have friends telling me, "Hey, this is on," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I need to watch."
Yeah.
So I'm not like all these. I'm really not familiar with the North America pro scene. I'm not familiar with. I'm familiar with Korea a little bit.
Oh, I got you.
So.
Yeah, we have players tonight from all over. I know PiLiPiLi is from somewhere in Europe. I want to say Kazakhstan, but I'm probably wrong.
That's something I did look up because I was curious. It does say on the Wikipedia, Kazakhstan.
Yeah, and then I know Winter. Winter is originally from a European country, but last I heard from him, he was actually in Japan. So a little bit of a globe trotter there. And then we have Cham and JimRising, who are both, if I remember correctly, Mexican players, both of them. They're definitely both native Spanish speakers, for sure. And then just looking around, let me see the bracket. Oh, BLord is from Peru.
Oh, wow.
So you mentioned the North American pro scene. We got players from all over. Oh, and then DemiLove is from India. Yeah, of course, we do have a lot of Americans here. PandaBearMe, Tally, Caleb, all American. We also have Eddie SC2, guy who is the head honcho over there at OSC. He's actually, okay, now I'm definitely going to be wrong on this, but he's from somewhere in or around Australia. All I know is it's like, I'm just forgive my ignorant American, but I know he's from somewhere across the world. Watch me be completely wrong. He's like, dude, I'm from Tennessee. What the hell are you talking about? Oh man, that's funny.
Oh man. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the person who's facing PandaBearMe profile. Let's see. Not PandaBearMe, the person just won his series to go face PiLiPiLi next. I wanted to get into a pro toss so you'd have a little bit more bearing.
Oh well, I think we'll be all right, whatever it is.
This guy says 3,000 games. Well, I think we're just gonna stick with the ZVZ.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because
ZVZ's pretty. I think ZVZ's pretty fun to watch. And especially this level, it's so different than like during the Plat Diamond tournament. I mean, I'm sure we'll see a lot of Ling Bane, but
you'd be surprised. The games in the Platinum Diamond usually start and end with Ling Bane, but depending on the map pool, a lot of the pros will make a few early Lings for defense, skip the Baneling Nest, and go straight into Roaches.
Okay.
But it depends. I know I've casted quite a few matches where they went like that.
Well, awesome. I've got some fun stuff to look forward to.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what's going on. Get this, okay? The very top, the very first match in the bracket. I can't pronounce the names, but the bottom player is named Samuel. The player who won that series and is going on to face PiLiPiLi in the round of 16 has 3,000 career games and has top finish is Gold League.
Huh.
And he's about to go fight a multiple-time Grandmaster WCS caliber player. So maybe this is an alt account, and maybe it's just like for the lulz he only ever finished in Gold League, so people are confused and he's playing from a different server.
Well,
I'm
who
not
did
sure
he
what's
beat?
going on there.
Who did he beat?
He beat somebody named Samuel. It's a player that I'm not familiar with.
Okay. Just for a frame of reference, I've played I've only had StarCraft almost a year to the day, and I've got like 2,300 games, and I've played pretty regularly. And that's 1 year. So for him to have 3,000 games, he's probably had the game for a similar amount of time.
It's so crazy because I've seen like there have been times where I've been playing. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of some of these whispers because I got about 1 million of them. There's been people who have been played 10,000 games, 12,000 games, and their highest finish is like silver or gold league, and I'm like, wow, because I've played like under 2,000, and I'm in diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other people who have played like 500 games, and they're already in Master League, and I'm like, wow. It's just crazy how, like, this game, for certain people, it just clicks. They just like, okay, I sat down, I learned what everything does, and they just get it. And then other players, you know, they just play. They just play and then play. And then, I don't know. I mean, I gotta hand it to them because they play a lot of games and don't ever give it up. But I'm just, in that same situation, I'd be like, if I'm not getting any better, maybe this is not.
Right.
Maybe it's not for me.
You know, I always speculate because, I mean, you don't know this, but I was a teacher, and perspective is always just of paramount importance. And so I always wonder how people are looking at the game when they play. Like for me, when I got it, my first couple months, I was just the last time I had seen StarCraft was Brood War, so I was just like in awe of the graphics.
Oh yeah.
And like I just wanted to watch every animation. Like I wanted to watch that Zealot swing both of his side blades.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you know, that contributed to me not being a good player, but it was just like, oh, that's so cool. But then, you know, the longer you play, you get to like learn the game and its mechanics and in principle and think about it more abstractly. And okay, what do I just need to do? And then like I feel like I'm just getting to the point now where I'm actually starting to strategize versus just make units.
Yeah, I know when Wings of Liberty was first announced, I think started coming out and like showing you guys concepts of like, oh, this is what we're going to do, this is what it's going to look like. My buddy I wasn't following it, but my friend who I used to play with was talking to me about it. He's like, dude, some of these things will blow your mind from playing Brood War. I'm like, yeah, like what? Blow my mind. He's like, at the beginning of the game, your workers, they start mining on their own. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? That's amazing. I've never heard of such thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And he's like, yeah. And then you can tell all the workers that you build out of that base to automatically start mining the second that you make them. I'm like, that's insane. I cannot wait for this game to come out. It's like things we take for granted now. It was just such a big deal.
Right. And even like the counter, like there's no counter in Brood War that tells you how many drones or SCVs you have on the mineral patches or the gas. You just have to know.
Oh yeah.
Like that had to be learned and figured out. Like, hey, you only put 3 of them on the gas. You only put X amount on per mineral patch.
Oh, cool. We got change of referees. How about that?
Awesome.
All right, time to go. Second series of the night. Sorry about the long wait. We had to wait for the players to get done. That first one was 3 Rack Reapers in a row. super fast series to start us off with. I knew it would be crazy because Future's or BLord's a pretty good player. Future is an interesting player. I'm not gonna say that he's bad. He's definitely good, but interesting seems like a better word to describe Future. So, and then there was just so many more ZVZs, and when you know, we got hooked up with a ZVZ after all. So, lots of Zergs playing tonight. It's gonna be unavoidable. But you know, I have heard ZVZ, a comparison made by a famous streamer. He said ZVZ is like a knife fight in a phone booth. And it's like, they're like, yeah, ZVZ is more of a fighting game than a strategy game. You just have to be faster at mechanically clicking buttons than your opponent. So we'll see if that's what's going to happen. I feel like walling off here and going straight to Roaches is definitely a viable option off of 2-base. And if any player has figured out how to do the 2-base Roach build, it's going to be one of these two players. Let's get into it. Spawning at the bottom right, the Red Zerg, all the way from Mexico. It is JimRising. That would be enough time.
And okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, when do we start?
We'll
but in the
work on
top left, we've got our root gaming player. In the blue, PandaBearMe.
So yeah, I know a lot of people worry because they can hear the game sounds behind music as the game's starting, and we're still on the overlay screen where you can see our face, and they're like, "Dude, we're missing the game. What are you doing? Good." But I mean, generally in matchups, nothing is really happening for the first 30 or so seconds. Just the players macroing or doing whatever it is that they're gonna do. So there's nothing, like, not a whole lot to say there. Just kind of us awkwardly talking and filling dead space. So generally, I just kind of chit chat in that screen and wait for a minute. And then even so, the reason I'm saying that is, like, even so, the builds don't deviate too much. We do see all the builds and the timings are all near identical for both players in these builds. Hatch gas pool out of both players. Into speed, the only meaningful difference here. PandaBearMe pulled off and only has 1 drone on gas. JimRising has 2, so what that says to me is that PandaBearMe is wanting to go for fast roaches and get his economy up, possibly get a 3rd base. And JimRising is hoping to get a Bane Nest soon. Already has 1 down, as a matter of fact. Or maybe not, already going for the 3rd base is PandaBearMe, and that once again goes back to Ling Bane, so maybe he's just wanting to get the extra larva and delay the Baneling Nest, but he still only has 1 drone on gas. He has enough for the Baneling Nest now, so let's see if that's the way he decides to go with it.
So in the very beginning of a game, when a game starts, do you have any little things you do? Do you split your workers? Do you queue your button for making a drone?
During the loading screen, I spam the create my first drone thing. Well, no, because you have to select the hatchery first, so I guess I don't do that. But I just get ready. I was like, I need to get that drone done. And then, yeah, I generally create hotkeys, my camera hotkeys for all of my bases. But hold the phones, PandaBearMe, splitting lings all over. A couple lings in the natural, lings in the main. Oh my gosh, the worker kills count. 4 workers, 5 workers killed, and counting. Queen in the natural, or queen in the main almost goes down. The aggression is held, but 6 workers have fallen. And JimRising, now 7 workers behind. He does have the Baneling Nest tech. PandaBearMe actually did get his Baneling Nest up behind this, so interesting choice here. Here come the Ling Bane from JimRising. This is that knife fight in a phone booth that we were talking about here. These lings are about to pop. Could be nasty for PandaBearMe. Oh my god! He's going to get 1 of the Banelings. 1 is not going to be enough. He doesn't have a whole lot of his own. He's trying to split off his Banelings here so he can get the most damage done with them. And now it's time for JimRising to have some damage of his own. Here come the Banes, though. Nice Bane connections for PandaBearMe. Having some of his own Bane survive, but the Queen in the natural does get sniped. But the worker killed count, he only gets 2 workers. So right now, PandaBearMe ahead on workers means that his roach transition is going to happen a lot faster, and it does look like Jim is going to lose this Overlord here as well. And the counterattack from PandaBearMe, this is a lot of Zerglings. Here comes the knife fight. Oh my god, the veins! No upgrades for either player, so the queen falls down, but PandaBearMe doesn't quite have the manpower to be able to pull through here. Here comes some Banes. Oh, good Bane hits for PandaBearMe, my goodness.
Well, our drone count for both players is still, it's pretty even. Only 2 lost. 2 lost by PandaBearMe, 8 lost, 9.
Yeah, here he comes.
For JimRising.
The Bane hit, oh my gosh. Juking that single Bane. PandaBearMe knows that his power is only good as long as that Baneling survives. So he's going to try to keep it alive and get the best hit. 4 Zerglings with it, and that is going to be it. He picks off 1 last drone before he makes his escape. And let's see where we're at. PandaBearMe's Roach Warren is about to finish. He is up by 1 drone after that exchange. And has killed 11 workers in 2. My goodness. Here comes a counterattack from JimRising, swinging wide. Overlords are not going to scout this coming in, so he may be not as ready for this. Possibly only 1 drone here to get killed, but also a queen just injected in the nick of time. Who invented that phrase anyway, the nick of time? Like, was there an application for that? Like, can I be the Jordan of time?
I have no idea. Yeah, that's a great question.
The G of time. So I think I have some idea, but where did your nickname? Where did it come from? The G. Like, are you a gangster? Like, are you secretly a drug kingpin when you're not casting StarCraft?
I mean, how'd you know? You caught me. No, I mean just I mean one. Just so there's just a lot of little things. My last name starts with G. The G is actually a tractor that was like a John Deere 1920 something tractor that we would always start and ride on my grandma's farm. So it kind of started there, and then just like, you know, everything, just like in the mood I was when I made it, like everything good starts with the letter G.
Huh.
Like try and think of a bad word that's like starts with G. Like even gangster, like, okay, technically like bad person, but like,
hey,
people talk about gangsters being like awesome, right?
Well, hey, wait a minute. We might have some gangsters in chat, and we wouldn't want you to offend them, okay? So just so everybody knows, you're gonna have to forget my co-caster. All right, we are a gangster-friendly environment here at Proxy Tempest. Oh man, we do see some lings going around the side that the roaches aren't going down. Definitely no mistake there. Trying to save this one last roach, but can he do it? Wow, he does. Thanks. My goodness. The Banes, where'd the roaches go? I guess the roaches returned home. Not quite time yet to push it out. He has +1 and speed on the way. As soon as both of those upgrades finish, though, you can bet your bottom dollar that PandaBearMe is going to be pushing across the map, and he's going to have quite a force. JimRising starting a Spire. He has a Roach Warren and some roaches, but he's going straight for that Spire tech. And JimRising right now behind by 12 drones. I don't see that Spire transition doing a whole lot of work. He's going to have to defend the early game roaches. And by that point, he's not really going to have the economy to build that many mutos. I mean, he is droning up behind this, but he's still behind 13. Here it comes. The engagement. Roaches galore. +1's not finished yet. Oh my goodness. The tension. There's only 1 Bane here. As soon as... Oh my goodness. The Banes... Looks like he's trying to get a full surround on these roaches. Box him in, but he doesn't want to get those... Yeah, he was going to use the drones for a second to pull in those roaches and just completely eat the supply, knowing he'd take a better trade. But as long as those Banelings were with the roaches, those drones were a liability and not something he was willing to risk at that moment. So since he has speed and his +1's finishing, he's going to be able to chase these and trade the entire time. As you can see... JimRising here, bleeding roaches left and right, and I'm sure once he's able to get that Baneling, that he's just going to go ahead and go. Single G from JimRising. Uh-oh. A little bit of light salt there with the single G.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's a mistake, sometimes, but not every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, single G, I get it. Like, maybe you're tilted,
right?
But, or sometimes you Oh, geez. Chat on delay. Bad things that start with the letter G. Daedalus said
I'll tell you really, like, actually, the event that kicked it off was I was a teacher and I taught in inner city schools. The student body was, 90% at least African American.
You racist. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Nobody could. Nobody, and it's not just there. Like everybody always has a hard time pronouncing my last name, so I was Mr. G.
Yeah.
And people eventually just like when they started referring to me, they'd be like, "Oh, you'll have to go ask the G." And
the G man.
I heard it one day and I was like, "Oh, I like that. That's pretty funny."
All right, PiLiPiLi is asking for an admin. I referred him to Daedalus, the man with the plan. Let me get you in here. They're probably waiting on me. They're like, dude, invite your co-caster. What are you doing? We don't have all day to wait on you. You pleb caster. All right, we're getting into it. Game number 2 of the ZVZ. It's going to be a Newkirk Precinct, the only map to make it from the last pool into this pool. What do you think about Newkirk? You played on it a bunch?
I do, and I like it. You probably hate it. I feel like everybody hates it, but I feel like
love Newkirk.
Do you? Awesome.
Zerg love Newkirk. The whole middle of the map is this wide open area where we can get like these super sick surrounds. Just swallow armies. Like, yeah, I had a Protoss pushing onto my creep the other day. So I was just like, build units, pre-split. He pushed a little bit too far into creep, lost his entire army, and GG'd out. I didn't even get to counterattack. It's like, well, that's game. But yeah,
man.
I love this map because the fourth has, like, the base at, the third base that's directly above your natural on either side. It has two ramps that you can get in, and one's blocked off by cooling towers if you knock them down. Not a big deal. But the third base that's nestled in between your main and your natural, that base is so wide open, so easy to attack into. Can't be properly walled off without a huge commitment to buildings. So yeah, as a Zerg player, I love Newkirk. Amazing map. I'm so glad it's back in the pool, especially considering so many of the maps in this pool are so terrible for Zerg Zerg and non-mirror matchups. But let's get to it. It is a ZVZ, and these do tend to be a bit volatile, and we don't have mirror builds this time around. Spawning in the bottom left, the red Zerg. It is JimRising.
And spawning in the bottom right, it is our green Zerg, Roots, PandaBearMe.
Root for root. Root. Nice.
So this base you were talking about that's so wide open, even as Protoss, that's the base I like to expand to.
Me too.
And I like it that way because I feel like I'd rather, if I go to the top, it's just too long of a distance if the Zerg attacks from that cooling tower. Yeah. And so it's like you have to break it. It just feels so spread out. But if I build here at this middle one, it feels like I'm closer. It feels like my units are closer. If I'm warping in stalkers back at home, I can just blink them across the cliff if I have to. If it's, desperate. But then at the same time, if I take a favorable engagement, I'm in much better position to counterattack, to move across the map because I'm that much closer.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I like it too. I even prefer it against Terran. As a Zerg, it gets your creep spread towards your enemy faster, which is always great. But early game is a bit of a gambit because it means your opponent reinforcing can siege your third base that much easier. And I've definitely lost a couple ZVT as a result of that, especially because if they drop just behind that base, that third base, just a quick pickup puts them in your main.
Right. And that is Obnoxious and devastating.
Oh my gosh, a Ling Flood from JimRising is going to immediately be scouted by PandaBearMe. All the way across. Since the third base has been taken, JimRising is going to go ahead and put the pressure on. Nothing but Lings in production from JimRising. I don't even think he has a Baneling nest. He's completely pulled off of gas, and he's just spamming Lings across the map. Like I said, I don't think that we'll see this since it's not a Platinum Diamond, but this is exactly what we're seeing. Just Lings flooding across the map. No drones in production, no more tech, no more gas being mined for JimRising. Just all the Lings all the time. JimRising says G as PandaBearMe holds this push. And PandaBearMe is going to take it. I kind of feel like maybe Jim just kind of gave up on the tournament at that point after the first loss. I'm not sure what's going on there. But JimRising, don't be fooled. He is a high caliber player. I don't know what the heck that was. He was just like, I'm just going to Ling all in, and if it fails, then I'm good to go. So I don't know, maybe if those players had some words or something is going on. All the vetoes were done privately, so we don't know, but that I will say that is not the usual showing from JimRising. So not sure what he's up to, but wish him all the best as always in future endeavors and all of that stuff. Oh my goodness, maybe we can get PiLiPiLi versus Demi. My goodness. My God.
This is really something else to watch. Even I think the last game may be an exception. Because that was so different, but I feel like there's so much more going on. I mean, naturally, versus like the Plat Diamond games, they're easy to follow. I feel like I can anticipate things. This, I feel like I'm catching up, like I'm trying to catch up as I'm watching.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what's up with Demi and Pili. I messaged Pili to ask him what the status is. Demi is here, so hopefully we caught them just once they're getting into the veto stage. That would be great. Demi and Kayla, that was 2-1 in favor of Demi. Both are GM Zerg players, so that had to have been a knockdown, drag him out, just like we saw with JimRising and PandaBearMe, but the series was a little closer.
So Pili and Root Demi.
Yeah,
PandaBearMe is gonna face off against. Are we gonna get into that game right now?
Pili versus Demi. Sidestorm Gaming's PiLiPiLi from Kazakhstan versus Root Gaming's DemiLove from India. My goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Beastie Cutie actually signed up tonight, but he didn't check in on time, so I don't know what's up with that. This is the second one that he signed up for, but did not check in for, so. It is at a really odd hour for people that are over in EU. Oh, we can finally announce. We opened our EU division. All right.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got 2 weekly $25 opens just like this. 2, count them. Not 1, not 3. 2 $25 open tournaments on EU. Each and every week. I have to double check on the dates for that. You guys are going to want to follow us on Twitter to be caught up for stuff like that. And then, of course, we have, I believe it's a $50 bi-weekly. I'm not really sure. I'd have to double check because all this stuff is like, it's so brand new that me in my position, I don't even have all the details. All I know is the brackets have been made. We're good to announce. You guys are probably going to be some of the first to hear it. But for you players, you people out there that are like, yeah, to play in these, I have to stay up super late because I'm in the EU. Well, guess what? Tournament that's just your time. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Central European time. Central European Standard Time, CEST. Yep, that's it. So definitely going to want to tune in for those. It's actually, what time zone are you in, G?
Eastern.
Same here.
United
so
States.
It's going to be 2 p.m. This tournament's going to be at 2 p.m. Bam.
What day was that of the week? What day of the week?
I believe that the $25 opens are Monday and Tuesday. I'll have to double check. I'll pull it up real quick while we're waiting to get into a match, just so I can be sure. And then the bigger open, Sunday. It's going to be the Sunday Heroes series. Every other week is going to be an open, and let's see. It's $100 every other week. I was mistaken. First place gets 75, second place gets 25. My goodness, with a boatload of OSC points for everybody finishing round of 16 and up, with the winner taking 120 points. Nice.
That's solid.
Solid. So yeah, not bad, not bad. All right.
Looks like SC2 Cham is going to be facing off with Game Time in round 3.
Oh, did we get some new results in?
Yes.
Cham 2-0'd Cell. Not sure who Cell is, another player I'm unfamiliar with. That's going to be another ZVZ. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarterfinalists determined. There's going to be 1 Protoss, 1, 2, 3, 4 Zerg, and 1 Terran. So there's guaranteed going to be a 5th Zerg because Winter versus Zerg Wave is, of course, a ZVZ. We're going to play in Korea. All right, cool. Do you know how to switch servers without exiting the game? G?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Unless I go to options, I imagine.
No, go to menu, but don't click options. On the top right, you'll see a globe. Click it, and go to Asia. Yeah, that's something they added fairly recently too. You used to have to log all the way out of StarCraft to switch it, and then re-enter your credentials, your email address, and your password. And just make sure to join the same chat channel. Are you the barcode? Don't lie to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Me? No.
Yeah, I do see it's PiLiPiLi versus DemiLove. I don't see you in here, bud.
It's loading a tutorial because it's my first time.
Your first time on the Asia server? Yeah, just get out of it as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's still loading.
Yep, take your time, take your time. I think you're still waiting for Demi to make the game, so we'll get you in here. So yeah, definitely going to be at least 5 Zerg. My goodness. Oh, game number 1 is going to be on Cactus Valley, the first game on Cactus Valley tonight. Cactus Valley is another map that I really enjoy.
I haven't really seen it. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't really had a chance to play the new ladder maps.
Okay.
So what is it that you like about it?
Let's get you in and we can talk about it. Are you in? Are you finally in the server?
Slash join Proxy Tempest, right?
Yep.
Oops. Sorry, I joined Southeast Asia.
Wow. I said Asia. I always get it confused too.
Oh gosh. I just clicked the first thing that I saw that said Asia, and that was it.
Yep, we'll get in here. You have to exit the tutorial once again.
Okay, that loaded a lot faster.
Probably because the tutorial's already in your cache since you loaded it once. Alright, get in here. We have games to cast.
I'm here.
This bracket looks sick. Alrighty, I sent you the game invite. We're ready to get it.
Downloading 96%.
You've never played on Cactus Valley? Why do you have to... What? You actually had to download the map? My goodness. I download it from Asia.
I told you that already. I haven't had a chance to play any of the new maps. I was planning to get on ladder tonight, but you're like, hey, I need a co-caster. I was like, yeah, sure.
Alright, okay. Looks like we're good to go. I hope everything's working right. I think everything's working right. My goodness. So first ZVP of the night, we actually have a Protoss player. Are you familiar with PiLiPiLi? Have you seen him play?
The first time I saw him play was I think a week ago.
In the last Open?
Yes. Yeah. I'd heard his name before, and I actually know I've seen him play on something that like Tasteless and Artosis casted.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, he's a great player. He constantly has visa issues for some reason. It is very, very frequent for PiLiPiLi to qualify for some large tournaments and then not get his visa approved in time to be able to travel for them. He's not the only StarCraft player that's had issues with that, but it does seem that he has issues with it more frequently than most other StarCraft players that have to travel regularly. It's kind of got its own meme now.
PiLiPiLi's name's not Pasha, is it?
I'm pretty sure it's Pasha Pilipenko.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. PiLiPiLi is one of those pro players that I am very, very familiar with. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Pasha Pilipenko. A lot of the pro players, they know each other. They have a pretty good rapport. So you'll see them like greet them in game by their name. It's like an extra form of respect, like good luck, have fun. I know Stefano does it. Stefano does it often to players that he respects. He'll say GLHF and then actually type out their name as well. Maybe it's not a sign of respect, but that's how I interpret it. Like you took the extra time.
That's exactly how I interpreted it when I saw it. But then I actually thought, because it sounded like I took Russian for a year in college, and I felt like that was like an endearing name.
It might be.
I could be wrong.
I don't know. I'm not able to alt tab and go look if that's actually his name in Wikipedia or what Pasha means in Russian. But that would be some interesting things to know. Speaking of interesting things to know, you guys would be interested to know that we are vertically spawned here on Cactus Valley, spawning in the top right. For Rogue Gaming, it is DemiLove.
And in the bottom right, we've got Psystorm Gaming's Blue Protoss, PiLiPiLi.
Oh, it looks like Psystorm hasn't created their clan on the Korean server, so PiLiPiLi is not rocking a tag.
So is this I guess he can get. Where does he get through on this wall? Like,
what do you mean?
On
the left side of the gateway on the left side of it.
Gotcha.
Yep, you'll see the Zergling come through. The Zergling's like, yep. I'm a scout. All of the things. Nope. I'm just gonna eat on the whatchamacallit for a minute. But here comes the two adepts. I do know that PiLiPiLi likes this opener versus Zerg. Because those queens have to get involved in the battle, and you have to have enough Zerglings to be able to fend these off. You see 10 Zerglings in production. That is respect. Every one of those Zerglings that he makes could be a drone that he's not making to defend these two adepts to not lose drones that he's having to build. He's respecting it so much that he even pulled the drones on the natural into the main just to ensure that he did not lose any, and he's not. PiLiPiLi came in, didn't find a single drone, and is having to go back, and he's actually going to lose these adepts. Not for free. 2 Zerglings go down. But 2 Zerglings for 2 adepts? I mean, or 4 Zerglings, sorry, for 2 adepts is a very, very good trade. My goodness, where did the Zergling... The Zergling survived? There's one in... Oh my gosh. In the main base. The most annoying Zergling on the face of the planet right now. Because it's just one and he's almost dead, but PiLiPiLi was not really equipped to handle that one Zergling. My goodness. Double dropper lord in the main. DemiLove. Wow, he already has Overlord speed? I didn't even see that go down.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, he definitely has Overlord speed. Drop it in the main. The pylon sees it, but it's going to be too late. Oh my goodness.
This is such an annoying strategy to deal with as Protoss.
He's preoccupied at the nat. My goodness. The Ling's in the main. Probes going down. 8 probes have died so far. Wow. This clutch warp in to create a small little wall. Not sure it was the best way to handle it. Oh, he picks it back up knowing that there's nothing that can be done. No overcharges on the way. The gateways up in front are about to fall. Oh my gosh. Can he do it? PiLiPiLi is a master of having his wall broken and then having to remake it. I've seen him do this on certain maps.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Number
Just
of times. Yeah, overcharge should be
the perfect,
and
the
overcharge is
perfect force
available.
field.
Let's see if he does it. Now's the time. Overcharge is down. Let's pick. Wow, he has some of the Zerglings up, but I think this is just too many Zerglings on this map. The pylon goes down. Another one coming, being warped in, but all this production, there it goes. No production for PiLiPiLi. He's just down to these adepts. I feel like he should have been fighting with his probes a lot sooner if he wanted to defend that. Probes are not bad versus Zerglings as long as there are other units to help. But at this point, it's just, there is too much carnage. The production in the main base is about to be powered down as well. And the probe loss is 18 probes and counting. More were dropped in the main during this engagement. It looks like. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, the production's about to be powered down. GG is called. DemiLove takes game number 1 off of PiLiPiLi. My goodness. That might not seem like a huge deal on the face of it. But PiLi's won a few of these things. DemiLove has won either a single Proxy Tempest Open or no Proxy Tempest Open. I'm not sure which it is. But it's either one or none. So for him to take a game off of a recurring champ is a huge deal.
Indeed.
My goodness. My goodness. I can't believe. I do declare.
Now, what is that reference?
Just any random southern early 40s mother on a plantation. I don't know. That wasn't a specific reference. Why does everything I say have to be a reference to pop culture? Jeez, G, calling me out for saying random things.
Well, because for a second there, it honestly sounded like you were imitating a South Park character. And I was like, he wasn't going for that? Oh, he's going Southern.
Yeah. Now, speaking of South Park characters, there's actually, what was I going to say? Tally, who played earlier tonight, he actually got knocked out already, I believe. But yeah, his name is Towley after, of course, Tally from South Park. Personally, not a South Park fan, but like, I don't hate it. It's alright. I know a lot of people love it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't say I'm a South Park fan myself. I've seen several episodes, but yeah, not a fan.
For those who don't know, by the way, this is me and G's first time co-casting ever. So if
and our second time talking
ever in person, yeah. Like, we've chatted on the Discord a bunch, but other than that first night that we actually had that voice chat, yeah, it just occurred to me. Like, I watched you guys. I tuned into the stream when you guys do the Platinum Diamond on Tuesdays, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Platinum Diamond, we do have time to do some plugs here while we get into the second game. It's gonna be on Abyssal Wreath. Just so you guys know, for our NA players, let's give you guys a quick rundown of the tournaments we have here at Proxy Tempest. And let me tell you, these are the ones we have now. That number is growing. We're growing, more tournaments, more staff, more opportunities to play and watch some awesome StarCraft. So Monday nights, it is our Masters Melee Tournament. No GMs allowed, $5 on the line for that one. Just for the Master players that are up and coming, haven't quite hit GM yet, trying to make a name for themselves, want to win a little bit of cash, that's where you're going to want to be. Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern for the Masters Melee. And then Tuesday nights is our Platinum Diamond. The G cast that one with Gale Force. The G and Gale Force, new to the team, but doing a fine job. They stream in a much higher quality than I am capable of with my potato PC. It's beautiful. It's beautiful StarCraft to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It's 3500 bit rate.
It's beautiful StarCraft. It's a good time. You should stop by. Tell your friends.
60 FPS. I mean, you're gonna have a good time if you tune into that stream. How's that for a South Park reference? If you tune into the stream, you're gonna have a good time. Thus be thy sadist. What's up, dude? Welcome to the chat.
Oh, that's a Team Zenith.
Oh, is he? I've been seeing him around different places. So
yeah, we've been trying to get our guys coming in, watching, and participating.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course Thursday nights, like tonight, it is the Proxy Tempest Open, OSC points and $25 cold hard cash on the line tonight. On the line right now in this game, game number 2 of this best of 3, ZVP on Abyssal Reef, spawning in the top. In the bottom right, I'll do the Zerg play. Sound fair? I'll give you the Protoss.
Sure.
When I cast with Sheer, I actually make him introduce the Zerg players as a joke. Spawning at the bottom right for Root Gaming, it is DemiLove. Okay, now.
And in the top left, we've got our blue Protoss taking a second gas. PiLiPiLi. Really looking to even the series up here.
If only he can hold the door. That double drop is super powerful, and it's going to be just as powerful here.
Hold the door! Hold
Listen,
door!
nothing but the finest memes here at Proxy Tempest. So yeah, we see here there's this area right here. If you look, you can't actually see what I'm box selecting, but at the bottom of PiLiPiLi's natural, right below that, or right in between the third minerals, there's that little ledge right there. It is possible to put an Overlord in a sweet spot where Zerglings can simultaneously get into the Overlord from the low ground and be dropped off on the high ground without the Overlord having to move.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's certain situations where that's possible, and looking at this ramp, I'm fairly certain that this is an area where that's possible. So I would not be surprised to see PiLiPiLi go ahead and put a pylon right at that wall, at that location, to overcharge those Overlords coming in. But we did see last time with that Ling drop, I'm not sure he'll be able to get away with it again, but it is super powerful. He even got speed with, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, we talked for a whole bunch of time. I didn't realize. We're 3 minutes into the game. we were talking a lot. So well, let's see what we've missed, if anything. Now that was the first adept coming across, getting one Zergling before getting the heck out of dodge. Gonna have to continue getting out of dodge here. Shade's gonna finish. Barely gonna survive, and maybe not even taking the high ground. Oh my gosh. Oh, he got away. Wow. That is the luckiest adept in the world right there. Oh no, the Zergling says.
Oh, and you got an Oracle.
What is it? Scouted. Yes, it is.
It is.
Flies right over the Zergling.
I have. Oh man. Oh, I guess
he'll never suspect the Oracle. Whoops. Uh-oh. Looks like another Drop Lord's coming in. A Baneling bust. Oh my goodness. The Banes have busted. My god. The Zerglings are coming in, but will it be enough? I don't think so. Oh, power down all of the production.
Oh my gosh.
Artosis, where are you at? Replace your pylon. Not like this. Listen, DemiLove just cannot. I don't know what it is. I know PiLiPiLi's macro games are intense and Protoss units are super powerful. But is this really how you want to live your life, DemiLove? The Baneling bust, the Ling drops, no. 18 probes have gone down, my goodness. For 23 Zerglings, that is a worth trade. Oh, he actually walled the Zerglings off in the base now, so they cannot leave. They're going to get 2 more probes, it looks like. Finally, the Oracles are going to finish it off. The Zergling flood. There needs to be another overcharge. There's 50, just enough for another overcharge, but this looks like these Oracles are going to have a field day. And then, of course, 2 sentries out here for force fields. Oh, my goodness. So, speaking of what you see on ladder, how often do you get Baneling busted on ladder?
Well, you know what? To be honest, the Baneling bust isn't as common. It's just mass Lings.
Really? They don't even bother with the Banelings?
Yeah, a lot of times guys don't bother with the Banelings. At least, I'm Plat 2. Sometimes they do, but more often than not, and I'm really kind of intrigued seeing this because it's like, oh, it's not only me. Like, I like that. If there's one thing that I get beat by, it's just mass Ling by Zerg. Like anything else is not as hard to deal with, but it's like mass Ling is so hard to deal with. Especially early, if they get in, you've got to remake that wall. Yeah, it's just tough.
Oh my goodness. 1 HP on that Oracle. Just barely escapes.
Shoo.
Phoenix coming out to bat away these Overlords just in case. Is this off of 1 Stargate? Yeah, and he's just barely been able to get his production back up to get a handful of adepts to be able to hold this. Speaking of holding this, Zergling's coming around. Looks like they want to do a counterattack. There's going to be... This is what I would call enough Adepts. They don't have Resonating Glaze. There's not currently a Twilight Council available. Yeah, he hasn't taken the Twilight yet.
That was a nice pick off for the Phoenix. Put him in the pop cap for a second.
Interesting word choice coming from somebody whose nickname is the G. Claims to not be a gangster, immediately starts talking about popping caps.
You caught me.
I knew
I love popping caps, capping pops.
Didn't you mention that you were a school teacher earlier?
Yes.
Yeah, you want to know who else was a school teacher? Heisenberg. He was a school teacher. Yeah.
Oh, like you're not. Yeah.
Like
not the Heisenberg, but that Heisenberg.
Yeah. Oh, like, you're talking about the blimp? No, a blimp is not a school teacher. I'm talking about.
No. Like Heisenberg was the Heisenberg, like the guy, like a famous scientist. But you're talking about Breaking Bad Heisenberg.
Of course, I'm talking about Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad. The only Heisenberg that I could possibly be referenced. Listen, I'm pop culture references.
Hold on. You know what
historical figure references.
But you know why he has that name, right?
Because he's a chemist.
Because so Heisenberg. Yeah. Like yeah.
Yeah. That's what
like
I said.
One of the guys in charge. Well, I didn't know if you. Didn't know if you got the nuclear project reference.
Yeah, I did. This is really weird from PiLiPiLi. All the drones get pulled, and these Adepts do not have. What don't they have? I'm gonna remember it in just a moment. No Guardian Shield is used. All the Adepts are cleaned up. It's gonna be, I mean, heavy Stargate play here out of PiLiPiLi. 3 Stargates and the Fleet Bacon going down.
The Fleet Bacon?
The Bacon. Oh, that must be a Star. That's definitely a StarCraft name that I'm familiar with, and you are not. If you think I'm mispronouncing it because I don't know better, no, that's just a StarCraft thing.
You got to send me a link. I haven't seen it.
You've never heard of the Fleet Bacon?
No.
My goodness. It's like you didn't even play Wings of Liberty.
Well, I didn't.
My goodness. The slow queen drop. No, actually, it's a double queen drop. The Overlord speed was just finishing. So he's bringing the queens to fight anything in the air, be it Void Rays or whatever. I think PiLiPiLi sees this and knows what's up. As we did see, he saw that there are Dropper Lords heading with Ling Bane, and the only reason that you'd head Dropper Lords from that far away is if queens were coming. We see photon cannons. Interesting choice. He doesn't have a whole lot of beefy stuff on the ground, but he is going to have carriers, and the queens will be able to zone those out. So let's see. He has some Banes here for the Adepts, but still no Resonating Glaze. He cannot be bothered to use the gas for that. So here come the cannons, just in time to be able to help with the defense here. All of them are done. Here come the Banes! There's Urkels, the Banes. Oh my gosh, so many overcharge. The Queens. Could this be it for PiLiPiLi? My goodness. I think it might be. The carriers have arrived, though, and this might be just enough to hold here. He doesn't have a huge answer for carriers. He's actually picking up and dropping some of his force in the main. The first Dropper Lord goes down, gets focused. The second one full of queens does. That is a huge pick. He loses his third base, but that pickoff is going to be a huge deal. Last queen goes down, and there's no answer for these carriers anymore. Lair is only just now starting, which means he has no mobile anti-air now that he lost all of those queens. He's taking the gases. That looked good from DemiLove. It got a lot of damage, but he's down 2 workers now still, and down a lot of army supply. And here comes the counterattack. It's 3 carriers, and he's bringing the Mothership Core for recall. This could just end the game outright. He has absolutely no anti-air except the 2 spores here and a queen. And that is literally it. PiLiPiLi gonna scout all of these lings coming across. Lair still not finished. That Hydral's Den builds in 30 seconds. But,
You think he's gonna go Hydras, or you think he'll just go? Well, yeah, he's got to go Hydras. He's too far behind.
Hydras are really bad versus air, but given the fact that this is carriers, he's probably going to have to.
Normally, anytime I try to go carrier, I mean, Corruptors just deal with carriers so well.
Yeah, they're way better. They're a much better choice, and the upgrades scale a lot better. But you see, he went ahead and got a Spire and did not even bother Oh my gosh, Lings everywhere. And the natural, killing the cannon, Lings in the third base, Lings in the main, Lings everywhere. This is like a last-ditch effort to try and win the game here. All the queens have fallen, and the spores here are trying their best. And it looks like PiLiPiLi's just going to pull everything back at home to try and salvage anything that he can.
He's keeping his 3 carriers forward.
Yeah, but look at the worker count, 11 probes. I mean, yeah, carriers are good, but I don't know if they're that good. There's still Lings everywhere in the main base.
Still not many resources. It's the income. It's pretty close on income.
Oh, had to mute. I was sneezing.
Oh.
My goodness. Oh, how'd the carriers get all the way over here so fast? Yeah,
These are the same 3 that have been forward.
Oh, I thought he returned this home.
No, he kept them forward, and he kept picking off spores and drones at the NAT.
So yeah, no reliable anti-air just yet. Oh my gosh, once all of these carriers group up, even with the diminished worker count, I think that it's just GG.
Yeah.
Oh, GG. It is called. PiLiPiLi takes a very insane, very close game number 2 to give us to a game number 3 in what apparently could have been, well, I don't want to say could have been the finals, but I mean, if PiLiPiLi is a regular finalist and DemiLove is giving him this much trouble, my goodness, clearly DemiLove is finalist caliber as well.
I'd say so.
Hyper says Zerglings counter carriers. Yes, they absolutely do. They just have immensely superior mobility on top of carriers not doing enough DPS to really handle the amount of Lings you can produce infinitely as a Zerg player. My mic is still super duper quiet. I'm not sure why. Don't know what's going on there. We are waiting to get into game number 3. We should have the invite soon. I see Demi's already in. But yeah, let's take a look at the bracket real quick to see how everybody else is doing. We haven't had a chance, really. That game went kind of long. So, PandaBearMe got 999,999 over Volts. I'm not sure what's going on there, but PandaBearMe is our first semi-finalist. Over Volts, Cham 2-0'd game time and is our second semi-finalist. Winter overtook Zergwave to face and is facing Future of Terran now. So we'll see how that goes. I have an invite to the game, but it's not giving me. There it is. Cool. Let's do it to it. And then, of course, the winner here, PiLiPiLi versus Demi, is going to go on to face PandaBearMe. I know PandaBearMe, Demi, and PiLiPiLi have all played each other. They've all been around for quite some time. And I've actually seen PiLiPiLi and PandaBearMe go at it in the finals of this tournament before. So I'll be interested to see how it goes this time around. Oh, yeah. I'm excited. I love good. This is some good StarCraft. You gotta admit, these guys are really good.
Yes, they are. They are very good.
I hope you guys can hear me okay. My gain is super high, but I'm still says I'm coming through low. So
I can hear you and your Slim Jim references. All right. Let me turn on. I mean, you were like, oh yeah, or was that Kool-Aid Man?
Kool-Aid
I mean, that could be Kool-Aid Man or Randy Savage.
Oh, Randy Savage is much deeper and like your mouth has to be closed more. Ooh yeah. Yeah, I wasn't much of a wrestling fan. Rest in peace, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yes. Yeah, but I mean, everybody's seen the Slim Jim commercials with him.
Snap it to Slim Jim. Eat me. Those are the only Slim Jim commercials I know.
Oh man,
God,
you don't know
lame.
that Randy Savage did Slim Jim commercials. You don't remember those?
Hey, listen. I don't doubt it. I'm not disagreeing with you there, bud.
I just haven't seen them.
I'm just saying.
But
I remember.
He just did his oh yeah, and he's like snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I have seen those.
That's all it was. Yeah.
They just didn't stick in my head as much. It's just like you're getting the guy who does the thing to do his thing on your commercial, and it just is like, okay,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
we get it. It's nothing special. It's not like he's saying, not like he's altering his catchphrase to fit your product or anything. So I guess it didn't grab me. My mom told me when I was little, and she would set me in front of the TV to watch cartoons. She would when she would pay attention, she'd say that while the actual show was on, I'd be playing with my toys, and then the second that the commercials would come on, doesn't matter what the commercial was, glued to the screen, would not look away. The show came back on, back to my toys. I don't know what it is. Like the ways that I consume media now, there's not even commercials, so I can't say that I'd still do that now. It's pretty much Netflix if I watch TV at all, and it's not GSL, but anyways, let's get these players introduced, and we'll talk more about my love for commercials. Spawning in the bottom left, it is the green Zerg for Root Gaming. It is DemiLove. Oh, Cheeky Probe doing Cheeky Probe things.
And in the bottom right, we've got our red Protoss trying to take game 2. PiLiPiLi. Game 3. We're trying to take his game. Trying to take game 3. I guess you're right.
Haha, caught you.
Take the second game.
No, just kidding. Just kidding. How's that for caster synergy? Do you have 3 hatch before pool? No, it's just, once again, we've shot the breeze for long enough that our Zerg players already on 3 bases. But anyways, I don't know when did you get into StarCraft? When was the first time you watched GSL?
Oh my gosh. Well, I started playing Legacy of the Void. I got into StarCraft when Brood War came out. But I was terrible back then. I was actually more into Age of Empires. And I didn't get back into StarCraft till about a year ago to the day. And then my first GSL thing I watched was actually, what was it? The first championship I saw, Zest won. That was almost a year ago. That was probably March.
Oh, yeah, I watched that one too. The reason I ask is because I was going to ask if you remember the Tropicana sparkling commercial. I
don't.
Oh, that's such a good one. Dude, Korean commercials that play during StarCraft are awesome.
They're pretty funny.
And I will tell you this right now from watching GSL, I have never wanted to taste anything more than I want to taste Hot 6 energy drink. Let me tell you. I have never longed to try any food or beverage the way I long for a Hot 6. Because it's just it's on the table. It's like the cutscene between matches. It's been sponsoring my favorite tournament forever. Aside from this one, of course. But I never get to try it because it's in Korea. You know, I actually went so far as to call the nearest Asian grocery to me just to ask if they carried it.
You can't get that on Amazon or Alibaba?
My God, why didn't I think of this? I'm going on Amazon tonight.
They probably can.
Wow.
I mean, you probably.
Listen, you can get bottled Taco Bell Chipotle sauce on Amazon. I'm confident you can get Hot 6 energy. Listen, I will. If it is the last thing, if it takes me to my dying breath, I'm going to try a Hot 6. And apparently they're the conversion rate makes them 50 cents American. If you're in Korea, that's the equivalent of what they cost you from what I've been told by people who have been there. I'm
wow.
That is amazing. I'd literally not drink anything else ever. My heart would cease to work when I'm 42, but until that time, I'll be functioning so quickly that I will have lived out a full life, or in my perspective, have lived out a full life. So, have you seen the movie Over the Hedge?
Have not.
Oh my God. References, man. We need to compare pop culture references. So we're gonna, next time we do a cast together, we'll be right on cue. Anyways, Adept's so good. Resident Glaives wasn't finished yet. Oh, and there's the recall. I was wondering what his answer to that was. It's not something that you want to do when you don't have Resonating Glaives, but double Stargate behind this. Looks like some Sky Toss play coming in. Double Dropper Lord. Looks like it's going to be a Queen timing once again. The double Queen drop with +1 Ling Bane. Should be a decent push with this, at least deny the third if it does go down in this time, which it does look like it's ready to. Anyways, while we wait on DemiLove to cart his Zerglings across the map, which I'm sure... Oh, nope, it's actually going to be 8 lings or 16 lings in the main. So anyways, Over the Hedge, it's a movie about, if I remember correctly, woodland critters dealing with the fact that a large part of their habitat just became a suburb and how they interact with human beings. Well, one of them is a squirrel, and the squirrel is already, like, his personality. It's an animated movie. He's already super spastic.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets into, like, his raccoon buddy gets into the trash, and the squirrel joins him and gets into an energy drink. Well, for him, he's already moving super fast without it. So in the movie, when he takes the energy drink, he's, like, in the Matrix, basically. Time slows down for it. Like, he can move freely like a normal person. To him, it looks normal, but, I mean, to him, the world looks like it's going slow, but he's moving in normal time. So he's, like, just moving hyper fast. If Hot 6, if there were any energy drink, for that matter, that was 50 cents a can, oh my gosh, lings everywhere. Probes dying. 6, 7, 8 have already gone down. My goodness. Okay, that's been handled. Ling drop went down. 16 lings for 8 probes. Okay. If there was an energy drink that was 50 cents a bottle, or a can, listen, I'd live my life like that. My goodness. Now, my friends and loved ones would absolutely hate me, but it would be awesome. Here comes the Ling main. No queens with the drop rewards. I would have liked to see that, but I think maybe the Phoenix picked them off. We were kind of looking away, and I was shooting the breeze about Over the Hedge. But only a few adepts here to hold this. Oh, he's got some forces in natural. He could save this third base. What is he doing? He's letting the lings just... My goodness. DemiLove, he's got to kill these lings. He's guaranteed. More lings will come across the map. The Nexus goes down. What was PiLiPiLi doing in that moment? He queued up some things. I guess he was moving his workers back where they belong, but the third base is down for DemiLove, and he doesn't really have an answer for Mass Ling. With these, I mean, these Phoenix are basically dead supply. 5 Phoenix, 1 more on the way. Could deny Queens dropping with this, but that's it. Like, what more can they do? Oh, he's gonna have some Ghost Suit Force Fields. Not yet. So what is the tech? Wow, count them. 5 spores going down for DemiLove. Lair only just about to finish and droning it behind this, getting ready for a tech switch. But to what? He's respecting the Phoenix count by getting all these additional spores that are popping just in time, I might add.
I'm gonna guess. Well, he does just drop his Spire.
Yeah, Corruptors.
I'm just gonna guess because of last game, he's going for Corruptors.
It's gotta be because, well, I mean, you can't go Mutas versus Phoenix. They can just kite indefinitely, and they do bonus damage to light targets. And I am 90% certain that Mutalisks are light target. Isn't it sad I'm a Zerg main? I don't even know this information. Oh my god. Zerglings are gonna die! Killed a Zergling by the cooling tower. What a jerk.
Mutas are light.
Yeah. See, even you know. I should be ashamed.
I know, because I have to deal with it.
Yeah, Muta switches versus Protoss can be pretty strong.
They are.
Here comes some force fields. He doesn't want to engage it yet. Is he going to have to sack this base? It looks like he might, actually. Yeah, he's pulling all the drones. He has no answer for this whatsoever. Bailing speed is coming down. +2 melee is coming down. 52 Zerglings in production. My goodness. The sad part about that, though, is those 52 Zerglings aren't going to mean a thing once the force fields go down. And there are, how many sentries? 9 sentries? That is pretty much force fields for days. Here come the force fields for days. And there's just no surface area for these lings to get in. And with the Phoenix, there's no Bane drop potential either. So this base goes down. 24 more lings in production. The lings get another surround, but here come the force fields once again.
Oof.
Yikes. Look at the units lost, or the resources lost tab down at the bottom right. 4,000 resources lost to almost 8,000 for Demi. So PiLiPiLi, just barely getting back into this game, but he's taking such favorable trades. Like, oh, he lifted his own sentry to save it. My goodness. What solid play.
That's nuts. I've never seen that before.
My goodness. Peely. What a god. What a monster. Who does this? That's awesome. Still no anti-air. 2 Protoss air weapons, 2 Graviton catapult, and double carrier coming out. 3rd Stargate coming down. The bacon is already down. These adepts though, these Phoenix though, not a whole lot that they can get done at the current moment, just based off of the fact that, you know, trying to kill these queens is gonna get them microing back the weakened Phoenix just so you can save him. He did lose 1, but for 4 queens, that's a heck of a pickup, especially considering no more queens on any of the bases. Wow, he just killed every queen on the game.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, well, that means no more injects, which means significantly less production. Basically, he just killed half of the Zerg production. Essentially, that was half of Zerg production. At a moment when carriers are about to start coming across the map. And in these low amounts, oh, never mind, this is not a low amount of corruptors. These Phoenix are going to have to back off. There's no other choice.
Answer me this, why is he researching +1 flyer attack right now?
For the corruptors, they'll kill anything in the air faster. He should be getting, I'm not sure that he...
Now, don't you need Greater Spire to get corruptors?
No.
You don't. Okay.
Greater Spire unlocks warlords. That's
I see.
The only thing.
Then that makes sense.
So all the adepts are cleaned up, which is good for DemiLove, but he's still on 3 bases and he's making corruptors. I don't think that he knows. Did he cancel flyer attacks? Or no, it finished. Okay. I don't think that he knows that his opponent is going carriers just yet. That is something that you're going to want to know. Did he actually kill all these Phoenix? I still only see 3 Phoenix left as well.
I honestly,
all of them except for those
I think
3.
I think he's assuming it. I mean, I would assume it after last game, after that worked so well.
Spray. Oh my gosh. He's going to try and get a Stargate or something. Wow, triple overcharge and cannons and carriers all said, hell no, you are not hissing off my Stargates. My goodness. Excuse me.
Getting sick a little bit?
Choking on spit. But yeah, we'll say sick. The little Zergling that could.
Well, what is interesting is we do have, I didn't notice this, PiLiPiLi does have +2 attack for air. So that'll be a big deal.
Yeah, and +3 is coming down, but these Lings also have +2 attack. So they absolutely wreck everything they come into contact with. Hive on the way as well as Burrow. Burrow? Why Burrow? Oh. Possibly Burrowed Infestors. Fungal is really, really good versus air units, especially just because air units tend to clump up when you move them together as a hotkey. So if you catch them as the hotkey selected and PiLi's moving those units across the map, you can shoot out that sick Fungal. I need to get on the Twitter sphere about these games. We need to get some more people in here.
I'm gonna have to start getting active with my Twitter.
Yeah.
Just gonna involve remembering the handle.
Yeah, can you see what the viewer count is at currently?
I'd have to alt tab to do it, to be honest, which I don't want to do.
Okay.
And my phone's dead.
Yep, mine's charging too, which is probably why I haven't been twittering. My goodness, the Ling run-bys. So a lot of Lings up here ready to punish the 4th base as soon as it goes down. But it looks like PiLi's elected to take the base up here on the high ground. Solid choice, very easy to defend with Sky Toss for sure, because they just have that one small ramp to come up, and that is it.
Tell you what, with the amount of Void Rays he has right now, it is super intimidating.
Flyer Carapace 1 coming down, but it's going to be Flyer Carapace 1 versus Flyer Attacks 3 for the Protoss player. So those, oh my goodness. The Ling Rumbai getting a little bit antsy, not wanting to wait. Lings are getting in. Sort of. My goodness. The main base, oh my gosh, the Hive is about to go down. This is huge. The Hive is down, not even waiting for a mothership, so screw you. The Infestation Pit goes down as well. If he gets a spawning pool, that means no more lair. All the tech is gone for...
Oh, we got Vipers.
Vipers are not going to be enough here. Vipers are charging up. The Corruptor's charging up as well. But there's no Hive, which means that these are the only Vipers that we're going to see for a very, very long time. He's basically has to kill this entire army, but it already recalled. I'm not sure where it recalled to. There it is. He already recalled the forces. He's like, I got the Hive. I got the Infestation Pit. I got the Spawning Pool. The Spire, luckily, for DemiLove, was in another castle. It's actually in the natural base for DemiLove. A little bit of a Mario reference there for those who were unclear. Sorry, sir, but that crucial piece of tech was in another castle. But see, I'm in this weird position where I want to say that this game is completely unwinnable for DemiLove at this point, because it's a little bit of bias from me, just because I personally struggle so much against Skytoss. The only thing that could win this game right now is some really sick abducts from DemiLove. He's gonna have to have all 6 of these Vipers never ever die. And he's going to have to hit and kill the Skytoss army before Storm is done, which I don't doubt that he'll be able to hit before that happens, considering the fact that the Templar Archives is only just now finishing up, which means Psionic Storm, the last piece of the Skytoss puzzle, is a long way off. Also, looks like we only have 3 carriers here for PiLiPiLi, who's almost maxed out. 4 carriers total, and he's warping in High Templar right now. So it's massively Void Rays. I guess Void Rays will trade out better versus a Mass Corruptor army than carriers would, but carriers just seem... You know when a bad time for carriers is? In a Protoss versus Zerg?
When?
Literally never. Carriers are always great versus Zerg.
You know what? Because I've failed so much with going carrier first, that's the time I feel like carriers is bad. Because if the Zerg if the Zerg has already gone Spire, I guess that's when it's bad. If the Zerg has gone Spire first and they can just make Corruptors like at a blink, and you go carriers first, I feel like how else are you supposed to keep your carriers alive?
Yeah, that is true. So we do see DemiLove over here queuing up to do a Lingbane run by, but I don't want to see him use it. I don't want him to get antsy and just move out half-cocked. I want to see him wait until that Skytoss army is busy elsewhere. Nice burrow. Oh, there was a burrow there, but I guess there was a detector somewhere to get rid of it. He burrowed a Ling at that base, I believe. Here it comes. There's no ground army to speak of. He's going to have to use the spray on the Nexus if he wants to cancel it. Here comes the Ling Bane. Oh! Peely would have seen that if he was paying attention. So Flyer Carapace 2 is going down. Oh my goodness, the feedback is good. Oh. One Viper completely gone already. The feedbacks though, oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Feedbacking mostly the observers, or the overseers, so it's not going to be the best. And the splitting against this parasitic bomb are good. Once again, charging up those Vipers. Already one of them has fallen. The lair hasn't been remade at all, so there it is. The lair only just now started. I think he's realizing he can't make Vipers to replace the ones he loses, and he's like, oh, this is a serious problem. Especially with High Templar being a part of this composition now. Lots of spores here, but Prismatic Alignment is just going to absolutely wreck them. Oh, another Viper goes down. He actually storms himself.
Yeah, 3. Oh, he did. Oh, he saved him.
Saved him. Nice play, but here comes
Merge
the
the
Vipers.
Archons.
Parasitic Bomb doing all of the things. The splits aren't that great, but you're going to need more than one bomb to end this. One Storm. Oh my gosh, we had one Storm. All of these Corruptors are in a tight little ball, which means that these Archons are getting great splash damage. He needs to get away from them. Those Corruptors from the Archons are all going down.
The Skytoss army is so spread out.
Yeah, he could have had
different
victory.
things.
He could have completely cleaned up all of those Void Rays and all the ground army right there, but he sat underneath 2 Archons with those Corruptors for like 5 volleys, and the Archons hit every single Corruptor with every single shot, and that's why you see all of them are just about equally bruised. None of them are healthy. It's a result of that, and there's literally not a single thing that can kill. The drones are buried. The drones burrow just in case. 2 Adepts is leftovers from the army, and they can't even be contested for quite some time. Another adept run by. I believe that PiLiPiLi realizes that, and he's going to use these adepts all over the place to buy himself some time, kill some drones, and just make sure that he keeps his Zerg opponent on his side of the map while he does what he needs to do. But Hive is finally back. 2 more Vipers in production. Drones buried once again just to protect them. Zerglings spazzing out over here. Finally, the adepts get destroyed. More adepts coming across though, and that is just going to be the plan. PiLiPiLi macroing up, getting his carrier army back out and in full effect. Wow, Oracle's coming across too. I guess he's going to try and check and see what the base count is looking like, and he should know based off of what he is about to see that it is pretty bleak for DemiLove. We look at the income tab. It's ahead for PiLiPiLi, but not by much, and PiLi still has that base up in the top right here. It's being scouted by a Zergling, but that's available minerals to him right now. All DemiLove really has are the forward base right in the middle of the map and the one just above it, both in pretty exposed locations. So we see, my goodness, can you see the resources lost on your overlay?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 10,000 more resources, 11,000 more resources lost for DemiLove than for PiLiPiLi. So his unit's just taking phenomenal trades. And on even bases, that is going to fare very well for the Protoss player, because DemiLove is just going to run out of bases to be able to take to continually do these inefficient trades here with the Protoss opponent. 2 transfuses needed to save that 1 queen. My goodness. So 22 minutes ZVP so far. What is your longest game of StarCraft 2 that didn't end in a draw?
45 minutes.
What unit compositions are there?
I was playing a Mech Terran who was splitting the map in half.
That'll do it every time.
Yep. So that was something that was really neat. I watched I never watched Brood War, but I watched the ASL finals recently. You got some action going up here.
Yeah, just a link run by. It was handled pretty quick. More
Bane's, more links coming in.
Wasted supply for DemiLove. More wasted minerals. They got a few cannons, but at this point, it's not doing any damage to this ever-growing Skytoss army. He's just running some lings around while he tries to power up his Vipers and his Corruptor count. But you were saying the ASL finals?
Yeah, I saw Flash play for the first time, which was...
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever seen him play?
The semifinals of ASL versus Jaedong.
Oh, that was incredible. I saw that. I watched that too. Jaedong played out of his mind that first match. It was unreal. But the Flash took it. And I had seen some replays of him, but it just gave me like a whole new different perspective on Terran and a better understanding of like positioning and how important positioning is to Terran players. Like in the finals, it was like C's objective was, I'm going to take map control as soon as I can, and I'm going to limit him. But it was almost like I felt like Flash knew that C was going to try that, because that's just kind of what TVT is like in general. And so he opted to go for more mobility, and was doing drops to flank the siege lines. But not only that, like cloaked wraiths. Did you play Brood War?
I did, but only extremely casually. Like, I'm talking campaign.
Yeah.
And then customs with my friends, never ladder.
So you put your, like, some units, so you would know what a wraith is. We got a big push here.
Yeah, of course. Oh my goodness, the Skytoss army is moving out. There are storms available. Still no mothership, though. There it is. It's halfway done. It's in the production tab. I didn't see, but that's a very important mining. Well, not a very important. It's almost completely gone. The Banelings get focused down, trying to get those Templar. Oh, the feedbacks go down, get all of the Vipers. Only 2 bombs go down, but they're going to get most of these Void Rays. Pretty poor splits versus the Parabomb, unfortunately. And the Prismatic Alignment about to wear off. Demi taps out. I don't think that match was quite over. I agree Demi was behind, but my goodness, PiLiPiLi. just barely hanging on there. Wins in a very close series, 2-1. That was one of the closest series that I've had the pleasure of casting in a very, very long time. My goodness. So close. Like, there have been good series, but that one was so close. All the games were close.
Yeah, just, yep. The Ling run bys, not even run bys, mass Ling's so hard to deal with as a Protoss. As they always say, centuries, handful of adepts in centuries is what they say, but easier said than done.
Yep, time to go back to the US server, bud. Catch up with the rest of the bracket. I have too many tabs open. They can all go away. So it's going to be PiLiPiLi versus PandaBearMe. We'll just go ahead and cast that one next, and then Cham versus Future of Terran. Dun, 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 dun. So a Zerg versus Terran and a Zerg versus Protoss in the semifinal. So there is a possibility of a ZVZ finals. 25% chance. If my statistics knowledge is correct.
Yes.
I do see Peely made it back. All right, we got the wubs going. Do you have anything that you want to promote? G, what are you working on aside from doing some wonderful casting here at Proxy Tempest? Do you got any personal stuff going on? Just
outside of
yes.
StarCraft or what? Like, we're just trying to get more active. We got a handful of guys in our group. Team Zenith is who we are, and we've got our own in-house league we kind of do things with. But anybody's welcome to play. And we're actually, Gale Force and I are actually interested in getting that up and casted and as more of an event that anybody's welcome to participate in. So that's kind of in the works.
What was that?
We have an in-house league for our clan.
Oh,
is
for Team
Zenith.
Zenith. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I got you. By the way, the way you're showing up on cam, I don't know if you can see your own video, but you were at like the very, very, very bottom of the frame.
It looks like my camera fell back a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, it looks like you're like, I realize we're all lounging, relaxing, but you look like especially chill, like all the way at the bottom of your chair. It's like,
oh, man, it's 10 p.m. on a work day, man.
So that's cool. Oh, so you, I guess if you want to talk about your clan while we wait for the next match, what is Team Zenith about? I know you said you guys got your start on Stick Empire. Is that the name of the game?
We're really just an open community. Guys, just a bunch of good people like to hang out and play video games. It originated as a Stick Empires clan, which is a web-based, browser-based, real-time strategy game. And there's also a little war game, which is really what I played before I could afford a computer. Before I could even afford a computer that could play StarCraft 2 or even afford StarCraft, I played Little War Game to start learning principles of RTS games. And so that's actually a browser-based game where, there's a healthy community of people just enthused about this browser-based game with like 16-bit animation, and it's fun. But so Team Zenith was based around that. I met some guys through Little War Game. They had a website, a chat. It's kind of evolved. We started using Discord, and they were just organized, and they had tournaments. Like to have fun. I found out there were some guys in there who actually really liked StarCraft, so I decided to hang around. So since then, we've just played regularly every week. Weeknights, weekends, and so much so that I was like, you know what, let's try to take a next step and start finding other communities and people out there that we can play with and against, see if we can grow our team. So we are actually looking for people who just like to play StarCraft. If you like to play StarCraft, shoot me. I don't know if I'm not in the Twitch, we'll have to find a way for people to reach out to us.
Public Discord channel.
Teams,
we're all in there.
The public Discord channel for Proxy Tempest. Just shoot me a message. The G on Discord. We're just looking for people who want to play StarCraft. We want to. Our eventual goal is to enter the Chobo League. We just don't have enough players. We just don't have enough players right now that it's not really worth approaching the guys. But we will be actually participating in a clan war February 12th with the Nidus Network. They're setting us up against another clan.
Nice.
So that's pretty fun.
Yeah, my clan has participated in a Nidus clan war too. We won. That's right.
Awesome.
I was gonna go so far as to say we shot the BB gun, but I figured that would be a little bit over the top.
Yes.
A little schoolhouse rhyme for you guys, since it's nothing but pop culture references. And I figured since I'm being joined by the most gangster school teacher you guys have met, he'd be familiar with that school, that thing that I'm sure was frequent schools. What was the end of that? You lost, you ate tomato sauce?
This is over my head.
Oh my gosh, come on. I mean, childhood cannot have been that long ago for you. Even I remember. I think you said you're 30, right? I'm 28. I mean, that's not that big. That's not that big of a difference.
See, here's the difference between us is that while you were like being captivated by commercials, I was climbing. I was like sitting on the tallest tree in the neighborhood.
Sitting on the tallest. Oh, you were a climber?
I was just like, being out as a kid. I was just always outside and always, doing something. I didn't really. We eventually started to get into video games some. I never had a computer or anything until that I could. We ended up getting a computer. Our first computer was like 2000. I think it was the year 2000. And then I had like a family to share it with, so it wasn't like I could get on and play video games all the time. But yeah. So my childhood was more, I don't know, outdoors.
I got ya. I'm trying to figure out what the dates for the new open tournament are so we can talk about those while we wait to get invited to a lobby. Let me make sure I haven't missed it. Yep. I guess we're still waiting on PiLiPiLi and PandaBearMe. Oh, I see PiLiPiLi entered a game. Oh, there we go. Time to get into the game.
All right.
But yeah, I think the opens are going to end up being on Mondays and Tuesdays, which are weird days, but that does mean that we have awesome GM level tournaments on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and every other Sunday. So that would be awesome. Let me just double check. That's on a Wednesday, actually. So this one is on a Wednesday. And that one is on a Tuesday. My goodness, I really should know these things. So yeah, it is going to be Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be EU. Thursday is going to be North America for the Proxy Tempest Open tournaments. My goodness, I'm so excited that we're expanding and offering some more tournaments, some more great gameplay. I can't wait to see what players the EU tournaments bring out, because it's going to be a different time zone that's not particularly conducive for NA players. It's like the middle of the day on a weekday. So no guarantee that most of them will be able to participate. So let's see. Hopefully we'll be able to get some of those EU players like Beastie Cutie, who has signed up for ours, that hasn't been able to participate. I'm assuming because of the time constraints, because 8 p.m. here, we are 6 hours behind them. So 8 p.m. here is 2 a.m. for them?
Yes.
Math on stream, breaking all the rules. So yeah, the tournament would be starting at 2 a.m. for them. So for anybody in the EU,
pretty brutal.
Yeah, that could be a huge problem. Speaking about a huge problem, looks like PandaBearMe is about to have a huge problem. In game number 1 of this best of 3, you guys are watching the Proxy Tempest Open number 36, $25 cash on the line, as well as a slew of OSC points. Spawning in the bottom right. For Root Gaming, the green Zerg, it is PandaBearMe.
And in the bottom left, we've got our blue Protoss opening up with a proxy gate build. PiLiPiLi.
My goodness. PiLiPiLi does not cheese often, but when he does, he brings out the Wings of Liberty strats right here. Proxy 4-gate, my goodness. I have not seen one of these in so long.
Oh my gosh, me neither,
geez.
to be honest. Me neither.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
This looks like it's gonna hit hard.
Oh, God.
This is gonna hit hard.
Oh, gosh. Zealot. 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 All of the zealots.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the third hatch is going down already. That
Man,
means-
I love this too.
Okay.
Watching
This-
tournaments opposed to oh my gosh.
Yeah, here's the biggest
Oh.
deal. There's no drone scout or no link scout, so PandaBearMe's not gonna have any information. He elected to get the third hatch immediately, which means that he's only gonna have one queen to defend this and 0 zerglings. The second queen actually did pop, so he's delaying drones to get a second queen.
This Overlord finally arrives to the base. He's gonna be like,
Still doesn't see
where
the
are-
low ground though, so doesn't know. He might think that the building's on the low ground. No idea. Here comes 4 zealots. My goodness. The tension. The horror. Oh god. PandaBearMe's reaction. When he sees the things. Oh god. That poor drone. No. Not like this. Oh my goodness. The strats. This queen is definitely going down. Does not escape. Ling's coming out. Not going to be enough. 4 more zealots here. Drone's going to try and fight this. PandaBearMe trying to hold on to his chances. My god. The humanity of the 4-gate. More zealots will be streaming in here shortly. A couple zealots do fall, but 10 drones have gone down. 3 zealots have gone down. Spine immediately canceled, allowing this queen to get some extra DPS.
another queen goes down.
Third base is canceled for the extra minerals. Lings are trying to kill some of these zealots. It looks like they're going to at least kill some of the reinforcements. My goodness. Oh. Jeez Louise. PiLiPiLi far up in army supply, up 5 workers as well. Doesn't look to be any counterattack potential. Ling speed only just about to finish. GG is called. PiLiPiLi with the stinky cheese. Oh my gosh. Wow. What a meme. Wings of Liberty.
That was good. I enjoyed
Throwback.
that.
My gosh.
Tournaments just add just such another an awesome layer to the competitive play. Having to play a series of matches against the same person versus one-off and just on the online ladder, makes build choices, build orders, and having good builds so important.
Yeah, we're getting into game number 2. I'm not sure if PandaBearMe is the type to get tilted, but I'm going to tell you right now, if I had a best of 3 with a Protoss player and they opened with a 4-gate, I would be less than pleased. I'd go so far as to even say I'd be unhappy, alright? I would go that far. Oh, why did they not get you in here? Dude. Dude,
I gotta.
get in the game, dude. Wow. Wow, a proxy 4-gate on Newkirk Precinct. Now, Newkirk is a pretty difficult map for Protoss because that open third base. I remember we spoke about it last time versus when it was DemiLove versus PiLiPiLi. So I can understand, like, maybe he was frustrated with the last PVZ he played on that map versus Demi. It was a little rough. He did lose his third base, and it set him behind, and he had to struggle to win that game. It was like he's playing from behind for some time there. My goodness, he just said, you know what? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's come down to this. All right. I'm done. I want to see a freaking proxy hatch or something out of PandaBearMe as a response. That would make me really happy. Because I know, I like to say this about PiLiPiLi, he totally just, like, like, how do I say it? Made a liar out of me. Because when PiLiPiLi plays, I was like, yeah, Peely's a macro player. You won't ever see him cheese. The only time I've ever seen Peely cheese is in response to somebody that cheeses him. Like, if it's a best of 5 and you proxy hatch on game 1, he's proxy stargating you on game 2. He's gonna be like, okay, you screw with me, I screw with you, type, sort of thing. But apparently Peely's like, you know what? Nope, I can open with cheese too. F it. Let's roll. But anyways, let's cut the wubs. Let's get into the game, shall we? Game number 2 going on right now on Proxima Station. Did I say that right? I was all tapped. All right, there we go. Proxima Station spawning in the top right. The green Zerg. The first victim of PiLiPiLi's Wings of Liberty strats. It is PandaBearMe.
And in our bottom left, we've got our blue Protoss trying to take game number 2. Got it right this time. PiLiPiLi.
Oh man. How ironic is it that the school teacher had trouble counting to 3? I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do think it's pretty funny though.
Hey, all we had was a misinterpretation.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing. It's still funny. Listen, I've said way dumber stuff on stream, so. Oh man. Listen, I didn't even know if mutalisks were light units earlier. I really have zero room to talk. I imagine if they weren't though, they could go toe to toe with a Phoenix even if they were kiting, just because of the glaive warp.
Oh right, yes. The odds are contagious. Did you know that?
I've been told. Yeah, I had a long day. I got up at 6:30 this morning to go to work. Went to work. Was told to go home. So I said okay. Not that I did anything wrong. They just they needed 3 people and they invited 4. And they're like, our bad. And then I'm like, Scarlet hasn't played her GSL matches yet. I'll go home. I don't need this. So I got to go home and watch. I got to go home just in time for Scarlet series to begin. Actually, no, I came in just in the middle of the first game. So the initial adept gun. Oh, nice drone save, bruh. I don't think he got a single drone. Nope, just 1 ling. So PandaBearMe, not even losing a single drone, says nope. PiLiPiLi walled off here. I'm really not sure why on Proxima. Oh my gosh, Proxima has rocks in the back.
Oh my, it does.
Has this always been like this?
I don't know. This is my first time seeing it.
Debris. Now, it would take a long time for Zerglings to kill that debris, but if they did, my goodness. There's the same rocks back here to the 3rd base for a Protoss player as well. So if you could spare like 8 Zerglings just to kill these rocks back here, like during the entire match, especially the ones to the 3rd, just go ahead and open that up preemptively. Oh my gosh, he tried to proxy another gate. This time it's scouted though. The adepts are coming back home, and the proxy gate is going to end up getting cancelled. Good scout for PandaBearMe. My goodness, why are you laughing? I know you're laughing. I don't know why you mentioned it, and now I can't get my mind off of it. Do we have the game music turned on? There we go. Some tunes. I knew it was getting a little quiet here.
Just looking at this map, it almost reminds me of oh gosh, what's the map that everybody from the last map pool? Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking. Daybreak.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess.
This almost reminds me of Daybreak a little bit.
Daybreak had a lot more dead air. Like the bases at the top left and the top right, that was just dead air on Daybreak. There was like nothing in those corners. And the same in the main base, the starting locations. I feel like there was, well, I guess this one does have a lot of empty space off the side of the map too, but I just feel like there was a lot of empty space where flying units could get to all around the entire outside of the map. Scouting Overlord comes in. Stalker gets it. Oh my gosh, just missed the gateway explosion. 4 more gateways coming down. I'm not sure if you can call that an explosion. The gateway boom. See, this is what I'm talking about. These 2 little Zerglings back here. The pylon does see him now, so the motherfucker is going to come tell those guys they need to get on with themselves. Oh, another light wall here for PiLiPiLi. Just in case there's a Zergling onslaught he can hold here. Speak of the devil. I wouldn't really call it a Zergling onslaught. A Zergling prod would be more accurate. That's not quite an onslaught of Zerglings. Not yet. So 4 bases out of PandaBearMe. I really don't like this 4th base location. It just seems like it's so far, like, it's on the low ground. It's far out to defend. And you have these rocks here that you can't pass as Zergling ground units, and a Warp person can just drop a Depsit and then pick them up and be away at a moment's notice.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he should have broken the rocks and gone for the gold?
I would have. I definitely would have, but I mean, I am a Diamond 2 player, so
right.
There's no guarantee that I have the best ideas. Actually, I'm almost certain that I have only the worst ideas. Speaking of worst ideas, like, is he just going to warp in more Adepts here? Ooh, supply block for Pili. This is not a good time to be supply blocked.
Never.
3 pylons about to finish up, though. I guess he did plan that, so here comes some more units. I'm assuming millions and millions and millions of Adepts. Here they come. Nice force field's going to bat away the Banelings. And this is some pretty heavy Adept pressure. Some reinforcing Adepts from at home do get caught by these Zerglings, but that is about it. Another round of Adepts are about to get warped in. My goodness. Focus fire on the Ravagers is really good. Ravager's the only real answer to force fields. He still has, looks to be one more. He elects for Guardian Shield since he's facing Roaches. Splits his dudes out a little bit, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to take a favorable engagement against the Roaches here. He should pick up the sentries into the Warp person and just get out while he still can.
Yeah.
Actually gets them on the ramp. Yeah, he does. He's going to put him up at the top. Guaranteed him force field off that ramp. Or not. Force field the ramp. Do it. Do it. There it is. And then pick the sentries back up, allowing them to survive. Phenomenal play by Pili. My goodness, force fields are so terrible. GG is called. PiLiPiLi making quick work of PandaBearMe. I'm surprised. I definitely saw this series going the distance. I mean, DemiLove is a solid player, but I'd put maybe it's personal bias speaking. I do like both these players. They're both great, but I put PandaBearMe above DemiLove. Maybe DemiLove's ZVP is just better. That would be the only explanation that I can think of. But we do have our first finalist here in PiLiPiLi. Let's see if the other match has been decided. We'll take a sneak peek at the bracket. It has. It's going to be a Pili versus Cham finals.
Another PVZ, right?
PVZ. Once again. Which works out perfect because I'm a Zerg main, you're a Protoss main. We both have that in-depth game knowledge. That's right. How bad would you feel if it was a Terran versus Terran finals? Wouldn't that just be swell? We'd both be like, no, how do I even?
Yeah, just not. I know Terran's the race I'm trying to learn. Just because I want to. But when I first started playing because on ladder, this guy just Widow Mine spammed and went into BCs. And it was all the Widow Mines are so obnoxious. I was like, I'm gonna do this to somebody because I want to see how to stop it. So it was actually really just tough to deal with. That was back when I was in like gold trying to get into plat. That was definitely interesting. But yeah, shows you how much I know about Terran.
Well, I like to learn Protoss because I think Protoss is cool. That's just my personal opinion. But if I have a lot more fun winning StarCraft than losing, and if I had taken that into account when choosing what race I wanted to start learning after Zerg, it definitely would have been Terran, because Terran is winning all of the things lately. So, I mean all of the things. Like, am I wrong?
No. I mean, Terran's definitely back to I feel like the main interest of StarCraft 2. Marines are they're such good units that do so much DPS, and now Marines have been fortified with tanks because tanks just shred armor.
My goodness,
A group of Marines, like if you leave a carrier out of position, Marines will stim, run in, and take out more than half its health in a blink of an eye.
Okay, I'm assuming that PiLiPiLi and Cham are getting things underway. I'm not sure. Let's see if make sure Cham is here. Cham is not here.
I also have to wonder too, like, I think with the patch update, I think Terran received, tell me if you think it's any other way different, but I feel like Terran received the biggest changes.
They received the biggest buffs, that's for damn sure. Well, let me not say that, okay.
But the most significant changes that changed the way they play.
Yeah, when 3.0 out came and we had that big balance update, Zerg got buffed, Terran got buffed, Protoss got changed. They tried to call it a buff. I don't think any of the units really got. I don't know. Protoss didn't get a whole lot of love. That's what I'm gonna say. When it comes to balance in StarCraft 2, I am as unbiased as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like Protoss got changed, so they're obviously other two races got buffed, so they're not doing so great. Zerg and Terran got some pretty beefy buffs. All the Zerg buffs have been systematically reverted almost back completely to their starting state. So like Baneling health should be increased by 10. Okay, now by 5. Okay, now maybe Baneling health shouldn't be increased. And then of course, we're going to give Hydras 2 upgrades, and they're going to get an extra 1 range. And everybody's like, well, Hydras are way too powerful now. So that got completely reverted. So. Meanwhile, tanks still destroy everything.
So I think just with that, I think it's part of the reason why we're seeing Terran players just take the cake, because they receive so many changes. It's how do you deal with it? Like, you don't know until you've faced it and it's been seen. Whereas like Protoss, less changes to them, so not as much. You still know what you're up against. You know, so I think there's just that kind of edge until it gets figured out. Then we'll start to see, but. Kind of my take.
Alrighty, it looks like we're going to Proxima first. I'm gonna load with Game Heart. If it will ever let me do it. Please let me load with Game Heart. Alright, cool. Looks like we're set to go. Oh, you didn't waste no time, did you? Alrighty, this looks like we're good to go for both players. Okay, we need to write down this. New honor box.
And this is a best of 5, isn't it? So what's 4 and 5?
Well, most tournaments it's best of 5. But if both players agree to do a best of 3, generally we honor that. I know it.
Gotcha.
Normally here, I'd say no, you guys are definitely going to play it out, but I know. Okay, yeah. Apparently they didn't pick maps number 4 and 5 yet. So yeah, they know. Generally, finals are best of 5. Most tournaments that aren't like Premier, like WCS, Casper Cup, GSL, things like that, like just these weekly tournaments like this with the small cash prize. If the players, because like PiLiPiLi is playing from Kazakhstan, I have no idea what time it is there.
Yeah.
I have no clue. All right, we're getting into the best of 5 finals here. We know the map order: Proxima Station, Newkirk Precinct, Honor Grounds, Palladino Terminal, and then if we get there, hopefully we get there, Abyssal Reef for a game number 5, the underwater map, where it's the SpongeBob SquarePants map, where somehow the units are all walking around on the sea floor, but the second that they die, they float to the surface. Hashtag physics. Hashtag this is a video game. All right.
Oh my gosh, the name kills me. It's so like Abyssal just does not come off the tongue very easily. It's an awkward name, Abyssal, I feel like.
I like the name of that map, actually. I hate to immediately disagree with you there, but I think it sounds cool.
So
I don't think it matches the map though, because the map colors, they're all like bright and cheery.
right, and I see Abyssal and it's like, yeah, I mean
Abyssal
Abyss,
Reef.
the dark, the deep.
What? This looks like a resort. Like this looks like a place that I'd like to vacation. This isn't Abyssal at all.
Oh man.
Alrighty, time to get my taste toasters on. Are you ready? Try to give my deep taste toasters introductions. This is it. It all comes down to this. A best of 5 finals here at the Proxy Tempest Open number 36. $25 cash on the line. OSC points on the line. Spawning in the top right. For Root Gaming, it is Cham.
And spawning in the bottom left, we've got our blue Protoss player. Psystorm Gaming's PiLiPiLi.
Nice. I like it. Getting into the spirit, I see. I just wish I had it. Like, I know the gain on my mic would really, like... I would clip super hard if I got full tasteless on it. It's like, it's Cham! My mic would be like, what the hell are you doing? You've been, like, lightly talking into me the entire night, and then you decided to yell? Yeah, this is not going down. But I'd like to. Like, or, it's the Maynard or the tasteless introduction. They have that, really deep, guttural, oh, so nice. So hype. How can you not be excited? It's like a Viking war cry. There you go. That's what I can liken it to.
They are phenomenal casters. I was very impressed the first time I started. I was like, oh my gosh, like this, like I heard Brood War was like a competitive thing and an awesome thing, but I had never heard, like, actually seen anything. And then I come and I see this tournament that these guys are casting, and it blew my mind. Like, they're into it, they know it really well. Like, this is like professional, man.
Yeah, I got into laddering and casting StarCraft 2 because my brother literally just sits in his room with 2 screens, plays video games on one, and watches other people play video games on the other. Mm-hmm. And I was like, people watch this on YouTube? People upload this much gameplay to YouTube? Jeez. He's like, this isn't YouTube, this is live. It's on Twitch. I'm like, what's Twitch? He's like, people play video games and stream it live, and other people can watch, and if they like it, they can donate. I'm like, this is a thing? Do you think they do StarCraft on Twitch? He's like, I don't know. Like, will you check for me? He's like, you have your own computer, go do it in your room, leave me alone. And the rest is history. I clicked on a first StarCraft stream, I watched that one stream for like a week straight, and I was like, this is amazing. This is way better than every TV show that I'm currently watching. And it was. I still watch Twitch at least twice as much as I watch any TV show. I've been on a House of Cards binge lately.
heard that's a great series. I haven't seen any of it, but it's been recommended.
It's absolutely amazing. I love it. No, I mean, it depends on what you're into, of course, but I like it a lot.
They told me, like, if you want to learn things about politics or political intrigue, go see House of Cards. Is that true?
I'm sure a lot of the stuff is exaggerated and really grandiose to make it have an interesting story. I mean, it's a drama after all.
Sure.
But I mean, it depicts that it depicts how like major policies are decided. It's like I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. Like it's mainly like all of the things that go through. It's not because it's like 2 parts because it's what the people feel is best for the country, and 3 parts what people feel is the best for their own political career. And that I can totally like. It might be true, it might be not, it might be completely exaggerating it, and lawmakers really have everyone's best interest in mind. But I'm not really inclined to believe that. Like they make a perfectly good argument for the fact that politicians are primarily self-serving. Okay, so here we're seeing cannons go down in front of the 3rd base. Red flag should immediately be going off in PandaBearMe's head. The first Stargate was actually began to be warped in directly underneath an Overlord, so he knows the Stargate tech is out. He already batted away an Oracle, but just the sheer existence of cannons are really tough stationary defenses. Exactly what you need to transition into Sky Toss. And I don't want to say Sky Toss is unbeatable, but I will say that I've never beat Sky Toss. Listen, if mine's EVP, if I see a carrier, I know the game is over, and I should just GG then. Because if I don't, I'll just lose later. Wow, there's like an air blocker right in the middle of this map. I just realized that. Air blockers, of course, 2 map pulls ago was a big deal. There's these 2 air blockers that you could see through, you could shoot through, but you couldn't fly through, and your unit's AI could not path through. You had to manually cause them to go around the wall, or they would just sit there and fly into the wall like they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Oh my gosh.
That was on New Gettysburg was the name of that.
Yeah, that was amazing
that was and terrible simultaneously. It was hilarious. While casting games on it, it was just funny. It was really funny. Day 911 says, "Hey guys, what's up, dude? Watching these Void Rays wreck this fake base with prismatic alignment. Their prisms are aligned, and this hatchery is about to go down, all the way down. So this is going to be another Lingbane Queen drop. This seems to be the meta. I guess I need to try this more often. Oh my goodness. Mouse sensitivity, please. How many queens? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 queens in a million dropper lords. All these dropper lords are here just so his opponent can't snipe them down with the Void Rays. Notice, PandaBearMe, this is such high level play. Some of these are morphed into dropper lords, some of them aren't. And the empty ones are in the front because they're the ones that are most likely to get focused down. So here he goes, dropping, and the Void Rays, oh my goodness. The queens immediately drop out to push these Void Rays away. And you can tell based on where the cannons are coming down, the extra pylons are coming down, where PBM wants to get this in at. But the Void Rays, though, is going to just shut this down once again, picks off even more units. One Void Ray goes down, but remember, if those queens are in that Overlord, when the Overlord dies, then all of those queens instantly die. They don't just fall and take some fall damage like another video game. They just die outright. PiLiPiLi apparently has seen this before, doing a fine job stopping it from coming in. Every time PBM picks up, he's forced to immediately...
Oh my gosh, what's going on with these Banelings? They're not doing anything.
Oh, they're on hold position. Why are the Banelings holding position? They crash into all of the things. They powered on the cannons, though. That's a good pickup, but there's enough here to deny that. And then, of course, once again, these queens, 5 dropper lords, 2 regular overlords, and 4 queens have died. Only 1 Void Ray has been lost to those queens, and they're trying to retreat once again. Transfuse goes down on the dropper lord just in the nick of time. Oh my goodness. This is such a cat and mouse game here. PiLiPiLi will not like back off of the pressure on these dropper lords. And with the talking about the changes to Protoss, one buff that I will say is a very, very solid buff. Void Ray's got a small movement speed buff.
Yes, that is huge.
The biggest thing that we're seeing in play right now is that Overlords with speed can no longer outrun Void Rays. Normally, you see an Overlord with speed taking damage, you just tell it to run away, and it can get away safely. Not anymore. Those days are gone for certain players. They're forced to sit and fight and defend those Overlords if they want to keep them, and this is exactly what we're going to see here. I'm not sure he wants to drop. This is, oh my gosh, 16 Queens? But that might not even be enough here. He's going to have to move the Overlord so he can see to transfuse, and the transfuses are going to have to be completely perfect. And already we can see they haven't been because one queen has fallen. Nope, nope. It's in this Overlord right here. It's being taken back home. Oh, nope. More Overlords coming in. I don't think that he has a lair at this point. He's just non-stop queen production. But do the queens have an expiration date? Like queens, I mean, they're pretty decent anti-air, but I mean, pretty decent is about the end of that story.
Mm-hmm.
And until the creep spread has gotten across the map, which without lair, the Overlords cannot drop creep. Because normally if he has lair by now, he could drop creep as soon as he drops the queens and start a tumor wherever he wants. So creep spread can be whatever he wants it to be. But right now, that's not looking like an option. No lair. He needs 3 queens pumping at a time. 4 now. He's finally retaking that 4th base. Finally, the queens are mineral heavy. The transfuses are good. Going down. Saving every one of these. One of the dropper lords does fall, though. And it looks like he's finally just going to do the slow queen push. Nope. Still going to try and fly them over as best he can. Oracle going to come into the main base. There is enough here to defend against it, however. PandaBearMe, an interesting response to the here comes the pain. Mainlings are walking around. Got basically nothing here. Transfuses are going to have to be really good, but PiLiPiLi is like going back and forth between these. Cham leaves. Was I saying PandaBearMe? It's Cham.
Yeah, it's Cham.
Dang! It is definitely Cham, not PandaBearMe, I'm sorry. PiLiPiLi can't throw this game no matter how weird he sits while playing. PiLiPiLi used to stream. That was before my time of getting into StarCraft. Apparently doesn't really stream anymore, but I would have loved to see him stream. I hear from people who have seen him stream, they say he has one of the best Protoss streams ever. Super informative and helpful. I think I kept saying PandaBearMe that entire cast. I was still stuck in the last series. So that is Cham. Cham, our finalist. I apologize about misspeaking here. It has been a very long day for just Jordan over here. And I'm getting sleepy, man.
Yeah,
I'm
me
all
too.
tuckered out. The StarCraft will wear you out, I'll tell you what.
Can't imagine how these guys feel.
Yeah, I don't even know what time it is in Kazakhstan. I'm gonna have to. As soon as we get the game started, I'm gonna alt tab and Google that in just a moment. Listen,
my gosh,
these are things I need to know. Okay,
it's
this
probably,
is important.
It is probably mid morning. I mean, you got to think what Germany. They're probably 8 hours ahead. So it's got to be like 7 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't do well in geography. I couldn't point to Kazakhstan on the map.
So that's like almost mid Russia.
Mid Russia?
Yeah,
Wait, is there a country that's like that? That'd be interesting. Is there a country that is bordered on all sides by one country?
Well, no, because south of it is like Turkmenistan and then Tajikistan or something like that. I
mean, any country ever. Is any country ever bordered on every side by one other country? Will you get in the game, dude? Let's go.
You're distracting me with geography here. I'm joining the game. Yeah, there's actually 2 in South America.
Wait, really?
I mean South Africa. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, 2.
I have to go look at the map after this.
Well, like, what was I don't know. I mean, they had their. I feel like one of them is like Lesotho. I could be wrong, but I don't know. It's been a long time since I've looked at a map.
Like, that map would not need an army. Just rely on your neighboring country to defend you on all sides. Because by proxy, they're defending you as well. So it's like, go team. We'll just sit here safely on the inside.
But I think, like, part of what happened down there because of colonialism and whatnot. Like those countries formed because a bunch of white people wanted to make their own country.
That's
It's the story of it.
The time in Kazakhstan right now is 9:42 a.m.
Yeah, pretty close to mid-morning.
So that means he had to wake up at 7 a.m. The start time for this tournament in Kazakhstan was 7 a.m. PiLiPiLi. My goodness. All right, let's cut the wubs. Get into the game. It is time for game numero dos. Shout out to Cham, our Mexican Zerg player in the grand finals. Oh man, I'm not sure if that was in good taste. I'm just gonna roll with it. Spawning in the bottom left, the red Zerg for Root Gaming. It is Cham.
And in the bottom right, we've got our blue Protoss, Psystorm Gaming's PiLiPiLi.
Wait, was this supposed to be a new Kirk? Did we already play? Oh no, because he... Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting so confused because we've had three PVZs. All three have played this map.
Oh, they have.
Yeah, because we had DemiLove first, which was the very long Sky Toss game. Then we had PandaBearMe, where it was the 4-gate. I remember now, PandaBearMe with the 4-gate, and this is gonna be the third PVZ in a row where this map has been not vetoed.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Did I just see a Nexus before gate?
Probably not, but I'm not sure. Normally it's gateway Nexus. Or gateway fast expand. That way you don't delay the time on your cybernetics core and the rest of your tech.
That Nexus just finished too fast. I feel like he went Nexus first. I don't know.
Maybe? I don't know. Listen, PiLiPiLi is a boss. He does what he wants. I guess you could say he's a G.
Well played.
Oh, man. I could have swore we had a third base up here already. I swear I saw the drone go up there like a minute ago. But here we go, third base. Maybe it was canceled in lieu of getting, or in favor of getting queens. Oh, there's recording 2 adepts coming out. These 2 adepts get almost certainly going to go across the map. Do a little better harassment. Day 911 says, see you guys. Listen, I'm going to call 911. I can't believe you'd walk away from an amazing PVZ like this one. My goodness. It's not every day that you get to see amazing StarCraft like this, just most days. But most of those days, it's not PiLiPiLi versus Cham. At least I don't think so. It is interesting how time of day and day of week have an effect on who plays in these tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Is it gonna
yeah, I think at what level they play as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like all of these players, like in the open tournaments that are for decent amounts of money. Like, what if PiLiPiLi had class at 7 a.m. today? He wouldn't be able to play this tournament. So we would have a different finalist here. And it would be just something completely different. So.
Right.
And it's the same reason why we don't see a lot of EU players playing in these things, just because the time zones are so weird. Speaking of time zones, I'm always in awe by, like, people complain about ping, like, oh, I can't play on 200 ping, and it's just like, you're not at least a little bit amazed that you can send an electronic signal all the way across the world in 0.2 of a second? Like, that is pretty amazing. Like, I mean, I agree, playing with lag sucks. Playing with lag really does suck, but it's still pretty crazy that we have the technology to be able to send signals for video games at lightning fast speeds.
Yeah. Across
oceans. There's no way to send that signal but across an ocean from here to Kazakhstan. I mean, unless I'm wrong and there's some way that you can walk there, but I mean, the Bering Strait is the thing, right? That still counts as water.
I think if we want to get really technical, it's probably up and into a satellite.
Yeah, of course, of course, and that's where the ping comes from. That's where the ping comes from because you cannot. Well, I actually don't know how the internet works in that regard. Huh. Like maybe if we're both connecting to the American server, that we have a hardline connection, and that's why our lag is so little. But if we have to connect to an Asian server, it does have to go to a satellite, and that's why we do experience lag from far away. Maybe maybe the answer is as simple as that.
Might be. No idea.
This is normally the moment if the chat was busier where some guy's like, yeah, I'm an IT professional. I know about all about how the internet works, and you guys are morons for not knowing.
That'd be kind of cool. I'd welcome that. Glaive's finishing up.
Glaive's finishing up. You can tell because about 1 million adepts shade across the map. It's actually exactly 16 adepts. My god. Why 16 adepts? Who thought this was a good idea?
Oh my gosh. Oh, he shades him back.
Yeah. Well, in case he gets surrounded by Ling Main.
Yeah. Right.
And he lets the shade complete. I'm not really sure what was there. He could have handled at least that. He lost 2 of them though? Oh. Where? Oh, in the third base. He let 2 of them finish into the third base. That's where the 2 adepts went. Oh, look at this one cheeky Bane way out in the middle of nowhere. He says, I want to join the fight. So those adepts more or less just keeping the Zerg on his side of the map while his third base went up. And we see it's not completely finished yet. My goodness, where are these adepts? Oh my gosh. Okay, they're not adepts. They're Phoenix coming in and picking off drones here and there. My goodness, I forgot about the Phoenix adept style. Okay, but yeah, keeping Cham on his side of the map while his third base comes up because it's not completely up, but it was halfway done by the time the adept shaded at home, which means it has half of its HP ready to go. So if stuff starts to go down, he won't be forced to cancel it immediately. He can at least have a couple seconds to try and hold the aggression. Speaking of trying to hold aggression, good luck. That is a lot of Zerglings and Banelings. The force fields, though, look to be good. All of the Banes pull back. Yikes.
Clutch force field right there.
So good. He knows just where to place them, where he won't have to worry too much about anything. Very well done. It's not over yet because all of these Banelings are pretty much alive. Is he going to run them directly into the Cybercore? Nope. Directly into the Stalker. Killing the Cybercore might not be a bad idea here, but I'm not sure it's worth the Baneling commitment. Speaking of Baneling commitment, those Phoenix said bye-bye Banes, and now these Lings really don't have any business being even on this side of the map, really, except just to keep PiLiPiLi at home while he macros behind this. And speaking of macro, Pneumatized Carapace coming down, +2 melee, Baneling speed, more Dropper Lords. I think that with the number of Phoenix that he is seeing now... Oh my gosh. Phoenix going down. He knows it's going to be Sky Toss, and he's going to go for the same build to try and stop it here. And considering he just showed PiLiPiLi 11 queens in the middle of the map being joined by a 12th one right now, that he knows that's exactly what he's going for. But here's some DTs, and there's no mobile detection, no lair with this build, so DTs are the answer. And the Dropper Lords are not in position. Queens are going to get picked off here. The Transfuses are good, and the Phoenix are forced to be brought back. But this is eating a lot of this Transfuse energy. And there's still no mobile detection.
He's just picking off Banes here with the Phoenix.
Eating up that important gas cost. Oh, there is a lair. You cheeky bugger. You actually got a lair out. So you can transition off of your Queen Ling Bane push. Very nicely done. Shook Nasty says, is there a minimum league to enter this tourney? Absolutely not. Open means it is open to all StarCraft players everywhere. Your Bronze League, you want to try your hand at the $25 cash prize? Come on. We would love to have you. Wide open registration. Just sign up, come play some games. Solid chance you'll get matched up against a professional StarCraft player. And while you might get wrecked, you do get the experience of having them in game. And I have casted actually quite a few games here in that scenario where a very low league player got matched up against a pro, or like a diamond got matched up against a pro. And their response was, okay, how do I hold this? And the pro player is more than happy to accommodate, but we have a huge engagement here. I don't even know how the hell these players can see what is going on.
Oh my
He
gosh.
threw down force fields, but like why? Where? What could he even see? He threw down 2 on top of a pylon because there was just so much stuff. But with the Archons here and the Adepts, Queen Transfuse is good, but I think he has maybe 1 Transfuse left. 1 Transfuse as far as I can see. And that is going to be all she wrote. PiLiPiLi takes game number 2 in this best of 3 series. Skytoss is OP.
That's the way it's looking.
Yeah, well, Cham trying to do Ling Bane Queen pushes to try and kill the Skytoss before it gets to that Skytoss composition. But we see as far as the Skytoss, the best thing that we've seen happen so far has been DemiLove's response, just trying to go toe-to-toe with Corruptor Viper. And has done a fine job doing it, aside from taking all the bonus damage from the Archons. Could have cleaned that up. Just that one small thing, just splitting those units just a little bit more, I would have done really, really well. So hopefully we can see a little bit of a change of pace here from our players, from Cham anyway. Definitely don't like to see a 3-0 in the grand finals of anything. Much less an open tournament like this where we have such great players.
Right.
So, other than the fact that he is a Zerg brother in arms, I want to see Cham win this game. Like, I love PiLiPiLi. He's an awesome dude. He always participates in this tournament, always goes super far. I don't think I've ever seen him participate and not be a finalist. But I really want to see Cham win this one. I want to see him go the distance. I want to see a game 5. I'll go ahead and say it. Long day. Been up since 6 a.m. It is now almost 11. Dead tired. Definitely want to see a game 5. See, I said tired and you yawned. Come on, dude. You gotta give it a program. Caffeine, man. You just tourniquet on the old bicep.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of a year ago, about a year ago to the day I started a new job, and ever since then, well, now I'm working in corporate America, and
that's
it's
what
just
I want to be.
coffee every day. And what I finally discovered was, one, I think why Mormons don't drink coffee, or caffeine in general, because I just discovered caffeine headaches. I was at work one day and I'm just like, what is a migraine? Because I feel like I have one. I look up, I've got like all the symptoms. A couple of days later, I'm like, I figure out this is a caffeine headache. Like, I'm drinking too much caffeine, and it's like I almost thrive on it to get through the day, but trying to change that, look for alternatives.
Yeah, have you ever that's what I was gonna say. I guess you have, because you just described it. I was gonna say, have you ever been drinking caffeine, like coffee or soda, all the time, and then you just decide, you know what, it's bad for me, I'm gonna stop? Those next 3 days are absolute hell. I've been through it quite a few times. I've been through it a few times where I was like, I need to quit caffeine. I know it's not good for me. And then I get to that point and I'm just like, oh God, the headaches. I actually have some Jet Alert, which is literally just 100 milligrams of caffeine in a pill, like in my cabinet for when I decide to wean myself off of caffeine, which is, it's like one of those things like, this is terrible for me, I'm quitting forever. And then 2 weeks go by and I'm crack opening Coca-Cola. So, but yeah, I have those caffeine pills just so I can wean myself off. Like, I stopped with the sugary, delicious drinks, but I do need the caffeine to avoid, like, the headaches are just, they're debilitating. I'm sure I don't have to tell you. Like, you just want to lay down in bed, eyes closed, go to sleep, do whatever you have to do to not be conscious until the pain goes away. All right, but let's get into game number 1 and stop talking about freaking caffeine headaches of all things spawning in the bottom right. Game number 3 on match points. Wait. What? Oh, sorry. The purple and the blue is screwing with me because the creep is purple and I saw the purple. I was like, PiLiPiLi's playing Zerg? What is this? Spawning in the bottom right. The blue Zerg for Root Gaming. It is Cham.
And in the top right on his match point, our purple Protoss player, PiLiPiLi.
PiLiPiLi. AKA the baked potato. Not a marijuana reference. I promise. He says as KJ Freedom enters the chat once again. My goodness. KJ Freedom, do you guys upload these VODs to YouTube? If not, you should. Yes, we should, and we say on our Twitter that we do, but we've been lax about it recently. We're experiencing growing pains here at Proxy Tempest. More
Look
tournaments. Oh, geez, what is this?
Look at PiLiPiLi's base.
Oh, the pylon blocking of the third base. That's pretty
No,
cool.
he had his main. He had 2 probes that he wanted to be mining out of the Vespine geyser, but they were just sitting there while only 1 probe was getting Vespine.
He fixed it now, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely plan to upload all of our tournament VODs to YouTube because they'll be very good. I think people will want to see them. Definitely the open games, but then of course like our the Platinum Diamond players, they're going to love seeing themselves casted, I'm sure. I know every time I played in a tournament and done well, at least, I always go back and watch the cast. If I do really terrible in a tournament, I definitely don't go back
and watch.
I don't
No,
go back
you
and
don't?
watch.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
I definitely do not. I'm just like, no, can't do it.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, not only did I lose, but I'm supposed to go back and see myself lose? No thanks.
I just want to hear it. Like, I just like hearing it casted. I was pretty I played in 2 Nidus tournaments and got wrecked in both of them, and they casted one of my games in the second one I was in, and it was still fun to go watch. I was like, oh man, these guys are pretty generous. Like, listening to their casting.
No, they're awesome.
I got wrecked this game, but they're pretty generous. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, the one tournament that I actually went back and watched the entire cast for was Gauntlet StarCraft's Amateur Hour. I actually won that tournament without dropping a map. Because I had been like, I'd spent the entire season on the cusp of Diamond, but not like just barely not being able to break into Diamond. And they had a Platinum and below tournament, and I'm like, yes, I have a solid chance of winning this.
Nice.
After spending an entire season being denied my promotion to Diamond League, I was like, well, maybe this is my break. I'm finally able to actually have a win. But yeah, I won that tournament without dropping a map. And I went back and watched the entire cast. But I mean, I can't take too much credit because I was at the very, very top of the restriction. And I was able to see the bracket beforehand. It was a double elimination 4-player tournament. And it was myself as a Zerg versus 3 Terran. Oh, it was versus 2 Terran and another Zerg. And I'm like, I have some really good Zerg cheeses, so I'll just rely on those. So I just trained super hard in ZVT and got it down perfect. And was able to win that way. I mean, I didn't drop a map, but they were all close games. There was no, like, it wasn't a flawless victory by any sense. Like, I played my little heart out. But yeah, somebody is logged into the Proxy Tempest Twitch and answering from there, which is always super creepy. Because I know it's a person who works for Proxy Tempest. And I know that they have their own Twitch account that they could be messaging on, but they're logged into the official Proxy Tempest Twitch account responding right now. So I'm just like, is that the boss man checking in? Or is it Daedalus doing his admin stuff?
I have to think it's Daedalus.
No,
He was asking me.
I'm saying boss man. We're going to wait and see.
Okay. All right.
Oh, ominous figure behind the Proxy Tempest Twitch in chat. Reveal your identity to us. Man, these adepts. I feel like I say this every PVZ. Oh no, look at these adepts doing adept things. There's a lot of adepts. A lot of drones going down as well. A lot of drones going down. 7 drones? Okay. 8 workers killed for 10, and he hasn't lost a single worker. And he's lost 7 adepts for 1 roach, 31 zerglings, and 3 queens and 13 drones. My goodness. Adepts doing adept things. What? Okay, he's just killing an overlord at the 3rd. I was like, is there counter aggression? That would at least make this somewhat fair. Oh my goodness, 8 more drones. Drones are still dying in droves.
23, 24.
Okay, so now that the aggression is over, Cham has just been non-stop making drones behind this and is actually tied up on drones, which almost never happens after some adept aggression by PiLiPiLi. Dude is just forever making, like, More adepts. Hey, did you ever watch Pimp My Ride?
No.
Oh, really? So you don't know the Yo Dog meme?
Nope.
My goodness. Well, you've caught most of my other really lame references, so I guess I'll let that one slide. But yeah, the Pimp My Ride meme is, "Yo dog, I heard you like X, so I put X in X so you could have more X." Because that's literally like how he put it. Like, because Exhibit, the rapper Exhibit hosts it, and he's like, Yo dog, I heard you like TVs, so I put TV in the dashboard, TVs in the headrest, I even put TVs in the trunk. Check this out. And it's like that. It's like, okay, dude likes TVs, but does he really need 8 screens in his automobile? So that's like the meme. It's like, yo dog, I heard you like adepts. So I pressure with adepts behind my warping of adepts so you can have more adepts. And a huge warping of, you guessed it, adepts. There are some stalkers, sentries, and immortals with the question. Wow. So I would say this is a 2 base because it's definitely 3 base, 4 bases here with a macro hatch for Cham. Worker count's about even, but he doesn't really have a great army composition to deal with this. No upgrades, plus 1 melee about to finish, and he's on Roach Ravager Ling. Ling Bane, I assume. I haven't seen a Baneling Nest or Bane, so maybe not. And this might be the end of the game. These 3 immortals are going to live up to their name and literally never die. Cham leads the game. PiLiPiLi takes the victory, wins it all. We have a new Supreme Champion. Almost said Supreme Leader. Whoops. We have a we have Grand Champion PiLiPiLi from Storm Gaming here at the Proxy Tempest Open. Winning that grand prize of 40 OSC points and $15 cash money. Cham taking second place, $10 cash, and I believe, is it 20? 20 OSC points? I'm not sure. I have to look at the... what is that thing I have to look at? The bracket.
I don't know. I don't know. The points are all a new thing to me.
15, yeah. 40 OSC points for the winner, 15 for second place, and then of course PandaBearMe and PandaBearMe and Future of Terran actually are other semifinalists who didn't make it, getting 10 points apiece. And then DemiLove, Volts, Game Time, and Winter all going home with 5 OSC points. Those of you who don't know, OSC stands for Oceanic StarCraft 2 Championship. It is basically everything that WCS is, but just more events. They offer their own points. You get points for participation. You get points for winning tournaments. You get points for participating in tournaments. You get points for bounties, for defeating people who are far above you in skill in tournament play, and those are cash bounties. So like, let's say I was to join a tournament and get faced up against Scarlet, and I was able to cheese Scarlet out in a best of 1 series, which, by the way, would not happen in any galaxy known to man. But if it did, I could win a cash bounty and among other prizes from OSC as a result. OSC, really awesome guys. They do sponsor this tournament and many, many others, so you're definitely going to want to check them out. It is sc2online.com. Check that out. They actually just lost. Wait, can't announce that yet. We'll hold off on that. But OSC, always changing, always getting better, always sponsoring more tournaments. They were a big part of our EU division opening as well. So big shout out to them for sponsoring us, for helping us out, get this thing moving, and definitely getting a lot more players involved. Once we started offering OSC points, we saw a significant increase in the number of people that we have participating. But I don't want to hold you guys up too much. I guess it's time for us to sign off. The cast is over. The G, it's my first time casting with you. It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I feel like I talked over you a little bit during the casts. I tried not to. It's habit. I get excited. I apologize.
No problem. I mean, you know, like we said, second time we ever actually talked, so.
Yeah, that caster synergy. It's gonna take some time to develop.
Right. So we'll get it next time, one step at a time.
Yep, for sure.
And I know I've got some more casting to do before then, so.
Oh yeah, welcome to the wide world of casting. I'm glad that you are glad to have you here at Proxy Tempest for sure, and happy to have you casting a lot more tournaments. My name is Just Jordan. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at the handle you see just below my face down there. That is Jordan X. All StarCraft 2 content, all the time. Thank you so much in advance for any views, follows, subscribes, comments, mean or otherwise. Do appreciate you guys. The G, you have anything you want to plug? Team Zenith. Where can we find out about Team Zenith? I know you mentioned that earlier.
Oh shoot! I mean, we got a Discord. I don't know how to put that out there, but anybody interested in joining a clan community, just wanting to learn StarCraft more, you can find me in the Proxy Tempest general chat. Shoot me an IM. We'll get you in some games.
Yeah, just mention Team Zenith, and the G will zero in on it with his gangster skills and hook you up. I'm confident he will.
It's truth.
Like, I know that's not the face of a gangster, but I can vouch, okay? Dude's got street cred.
You know, Heisenberg wasn't either.
Yeah. Hey, very unsuspecting, that's for sure. Shook Nasty says, thanks for putting this together, guys. The scene needs more people like yourself. Hey, it's not a two-man organization. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that weren't on screen tonight. That made this possible. Eddie from OSC, of course. Nep, our fearless leader. Daedalus, our admin tonight. And then big shout out to people like Shir Shaddai for casting the Masters Melee. Gale Force joined with the G, so our Platinum Diamond could get casted each and every week thing. Big shout out to you guys as well. And many more that we simply do not have the time to name because it is time to sign off. So PiLiPiLi is our champion. Cham takes second place. Proxy Tempest Open number 36 coming to a close. Until next time, we will see you guys later.
And when your